Capaz y ganas, güey.
Capaz ya no, efectivamente.
¿No?
No.
No.
Oye, por cierto, Ferse, tú nunca has jugado Pokémon, ¿verdad, maldito desgraciado?
Jugué Pokémon Rumble en la Wii.
Nunca has jugado Pokémon, entendido.
Nunca has jugado Pokémon.
Por cierto, ¿no es?
¿Ustedes sí conocen Pokémon Rumble?
¿Es el que eran cuadraditos?
No.
Entonces no estoy seguro de cuál sea.
El juego de mesa.
Tampoco.
Todos pendejos. Pero porque le puedo mandar a Ferse el emulador y que lo juegue en Discord y nosotros lo vemos y lo juzgamos.
A huevo, lo podemos juzgar.
Por cierto, Ferse, si hay parry en Pokémon, no te preocupes.
Para que lo platines.
Para que lo platines.
Porque un juego tenga parry no significa que me gusta. ¿Sí?
Pero lo puedes platinar. Y el juego te dice, sí, lo platinaste.
No puedes platinar un Pokémon.
Claro que sí.
Puedes. El único que no puedes es el Esmeralda.
¿Cómo no?
¿No te da tiempo, güey?
A mí sí.
No seas ridículo, no puedes atrapar todos los Spinda.
Claro que sí.
No es matemáticamente imposible.
No, sí se puede.
No.
Sí se puede.
Solamente busca cuántos Spinda.
Es más. Descarga ahorita el puto emulador, güey. Lo descargo yo. A ver quién lo completa. A ver si yo consigo los Spindas antes de que tú consigas dos Spindas Shiny con el mismo patrón.
No, cállate, ridículo.
Hasta yo que no he jugado Pokémon sé lo difícil que es eso, güey.
Es que haz de cuenta que cada... Tiene ataque, velocidad, defensa especial, ataque especial. ¿Me falta uno? Y vida. Sí, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Son 6. Cada uno puede tener un número asignado de manera aleatoria entre 1 y 252. O 0 y 252.
Puede tener 0.
Ok, entre 0 y 252. Hay un Pokémon que se llama Spinda. Tiene varios patrones que son como blanquillo, amarillo y rojillo, naranja. Depende de qué tan
Daltónico sea.
daltónico seas. Puede ser blanco y negro. Pero
de ponerle las ligas a mi pelota de ligas.
no seas mamón, güey. ¿Cuánto tiempo tienes con esa madre? Esta madre ya no es una pelota. Esta madre ya cuenta como otra cosa.
¿Quieren ver mi pelota?
No, gracias. Reformule la pregunta.
Mira, te estoy mostrando unos poquitos Spinda.
Pero bueno, por cierto, estoy en stream. Entonces, si van a hacer algo cancelable, avísenme con tiempo. Entonces, Ferse, tienes entre 0 y 252, o sea, 253 números. En 6 espacios que puedes hacer. Puedes tener 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Y así. Por cada combinación diferente, ese Pokémon puede tener un patrón diferente de manchitas. Entonces, tú que eres ingeniero.
No lo sé.
253 por 6.
256 por 6, eso por la regla...
53 por 6.
253 por 6.
Un poquito más fácil.
Si restas y sumas, 1518.
Ok, vamos a hacer de cuenta que ese es 1518.
Vamos a hacer de cuenta que no uso calculadora.
Entonces, tendrías que capturar 1518 Pokémones del mismo tipo, suponiendo que ninguno se repitiera. Y dice esta ridícula que no se puede.
No se puede. No se puede.
Tú que no. Güey, no sé si tiene subtítulos en español, pero búscate este güey, se llama Pika Spray. Y tiene Pika Spray en amarillo, Pika Spray en azul, lo que sea. Tiene 2 series. Una en la que te muestra cómo puedes hacer soft lock en Pokémon. De que de aquí no vas a poder volver a salir nunca. Tienes que reiniciar el juego a la verga. Y tiene uno que se llama Soft Lock Picking, que es como que, por ejemplo, hay uno en el que en la primera generación entras a la liga Pokémon y curas a tus Pokémones. Cuando te mueras vas a reaparecer en la liga Pokémon. Solo vas a tener un Voltor.
¿Qué? Con explosión.
Con explosión, nivel 99. No, nivel 100, para que no pueda subir nivel. Se va a la verga. Entonces no puedes pasar la liga Pokémon porque tu único Electrode se muere. La única manera de... Y si se muere bajando del Victory Road, se muere por explosión. No tienes ningún objeto, entonces Repel no aplica. Y la probabilidad de que sea un Pokémon del cual no puedas escapar es muy alta. Entonces la única manera de salir es gastarte todos tus Explodes esperando a que todos fallen. Porque en la primera generación si falla tu ataque te quitan el PP.
Espérate, ¿actualmente ya no te quitan los PPs si fallas?
Según yo no.
Qué fácil se ha vuelto Pokémon últimamente,
Es que sigue siendo un juego para niños, entiéndalo, chingada madre. Es como dice mi mamá, güey, es que está facilísimo. Pues sí, pendejo. Si vas a pasar 16 horas entrenando a tu Pokémon hasta el nivel en el que ya ni siquiera considera hacerte caso. No ha pasado ni contra el primer jefe de gimnasio y ya es nivel 42. Porque no entendió el concepto de que esta zona en el espada y escudo sube de nivel junto contigo.
Ajá.
Y me dice, es que está fácil. Puta.
Es que tú también maduras como entrenador Pokémon.
O sea, por ejemplo, fácil. Entender que Rattata con Tail Whip te hace el paro contra Brook. El pendejo es subir de nivel a lo imbécil.
¿Ah, sí?
Güey, me estaba llevando a la verga contra la última cajuna. Porque mi chingado estúpido pendejo, imbécil, idiota Crocodile subió a nivel 70, güey. Ya no me escuchaba el hijo de la verga.
Ah,
Se me olvidó ese pequeño detalle porque no hay medallas, güey. Ya sabes, no es como que, voy en el penúltimo gimnasio, entonces los debo de dejar en nivel 55. Y yo dije, me guío por los límites de nivel que nos dieron por día, ¿verdad?
sí, sí.
Pero en el penúltimo dijeron, ok, ya no hay límite de nivel. Vas a valer verga, pinche Mimikyu. ¿Cómo lo sufrí, hijo de la verga? Güey, es que Rock contra Oscuro, güey. Rock Play. Y si le llegaba a bajar vida, tiene Leech Life. ¿Qué tipo es Leech Life?
No conozco ese movimiento.
Es el que tienen todos los Zubats y Golbats que te muerden y te quitan vida.
Al picotazo chupavidas.
Ajá. ¡Es bicho! Es que soy Ronaldo. Te muerde y te hace ¡sí! Lo cual
humilló con un ataque que tiene potencia 10, 20.
es que no es tanto la potencia. Obviamente sí, pero lo que hace es que te regresa un porcentaje del daño hecho. Entonces si matas a todos mis Pokémon de un putazo,
Pues te curas.
te curas. Y yo dije, es Hada, tengo un Mok, lo enveneno.
Ajá.
Ok, no funcionó porque tiene una madre para curarse el veneno. Entonces, ¿sabes qué puedo hacer? Knock off, no sé qué sea en español. Le mete un manotazo, le tira el objeto.
Quita el objeto.
Lo hago.
Le rompe el disfraz.
Le rompe el disfraz. Se envenena. Y se activa el objeto antes de que tire el objeto.
¿Qué?
Hazme el puto favor. Ese día, güey, buen pedo. Ese día fue la única vez en todo este run que me rendí y dije, güey, necesito el nivel de mañana. Y ya cuando me dijeron,
No se puede.
No hay límites. Ay, papá. Ay, hijo. Pero bueno. Por cierto, buenas noches, buenas tardes. Ya empecé el stream hace como 11 minutos. Y empecé el stream, voy a wishar. Ahorita vuelvo.
Ok, yo me voy a poner a leer.
esto vinieron.
¿Pero sí de voz?
Sí. Adiós, Perse.
¿Qué? ¿Cómo que adiós?
Me voy a poner a leer. Bye.
¿Cómo que bye? Chinga. going on? Yo venía a jugar solo una de WOOOO y luego irme. ¿Me dejaron solo? Estoy solo. Wow.
Oigan, ¿saben qué sería una verga? ¿Qué pasó?
Se fue Klein.
Ah, y a mí que... ¿No es cierto? ¿Qué le pasó?
Ya, la verga, ya.
¿Se le fue la luz o se fue nada más?
No, dijo que sí iba a leer. Y leo.
Ah,
Pensé que veníamos a jugar de WOOOO.
pues me dijo no tengo problema con jugar.
Lo voy a escribir.
Hasta le venía así con una idea. Gracias. Revolucionaria, así de que va a decir, oh my god.
¿Me lo vas a contar?
Sí, pero tú vas a decir, ah, no mames, ¿y eso qué?
Ah, entonces sí, mejor no me lo cuento.
Porque ¿ves
¿Tú
el,
ya viste tu punto de encuentro en Discord?
el punto de qué?
¿Tú ya viste tu punto de encuentro en Discord?
Ah, no.
Es un resumen del año de tus interacciones en Discord, qué juego jugaste, con qué personas más hablaste, el servidor en el que más estuviste, las horas, mensajes que hiciste.
Déjame lo checo. ¿Cómo que 27 nudes?
Y eso,
Uf. O sea, ¿tú ubicas el meme de un Pokémon que está paralizado y hay dos Pokémon chiquitos bailando?
sí.
Ese es un spin-off que se llama Mystery Dungeon.
Ok.
En el que empiezas, tu personaje se vuelve un Pokémon. ¿Nadie sabe por qué? Ahora que lo pienso, no cambié en aquí. Phasmophobia. Ahí está.
¿Qué está en The WOOOO?
Sí, estoy esperando a ese güey. Para saber si nos vamos a poner tryhard o vamos a jugar bonito. Pero el punto es,
Porque si él está no jugaríamos Tryhard.
no, sí, jugaríamos tryhard para que él no se sienta mal. El punto es, entonces tu personaje de alguna manera llega al mundo Pokémon y se vuelve un Pokémon y tienes que encontrar cómo despokémonarte. Y te dan un compañero aparte. O sea, al inicio del juego te pregunta, ¿prefieres verano, invierno, primavera o mis huevos? Y tú vas a decir, no, pues suena tentador, pues voy a decir verano. Y así te hace preguntas y de ahí te asigna un Pokémon y un Pokémon compañero. Que puede ser que tú seas un Riolu y que tu compañero sea un Eevee. Y es básicamente un RPG. O sea, tus ataques pues son los ataques de Pokémon. Tienes que aprenderte los que le gana qué. Pero son de estos de que no es como los Final Fantasies en los que vas caminando o como en Pokémon que vas caminando hasta que batalla y vas a una batalla, sino que vas caminando y si aparece un enemigo en tu pantalla se pasa el juego y vas por turnos. Tú puedes elegir correr, elegir acercarte a tu enemigo y así. Es como D&D, si lo piensas.
Ok. Hablando de D&D, yo tengo una noticia acerca de D&D. Relacionada. Ah, pero no de.
¿Te compraste un libro nuevo?
No.
¿Cuál es?
¿Conoces Thunderfolk? Un juego de Steam.
Thunderfolk.
Sí.
No, pero ahorita lo busco. Thunder como SUNDR. 50 varos, vete a la verga. Pensé que iba a ser uno de esos juegos chiquitos. Ok, nevermind.
No.
Está cabrón.
Pues es un juego en el que tú tienes una campaña, güey, en el que solo uno lo tiene que jugar para que lo jueguen 4 personas. Y lo juegas a través del teléfono. Todos se conectan a través del teléfono al juego y va narrando una historia. Que la voz puede estar en español, la voz de la narración. En el teléfono tienes el cursor.
Pero o sea, por ejemplo, si lo jugamos, yo no tendría, o el que da el juego no sería como el DM, sino los 4 lo jugaremos como jugadores.
Ajá.
Fecha de salió cerrado. Lo checaré fuera de stream así para ver que esté bonito. Me está haciendo pendejo porque se está actualizando mi
Te
debajo.
probé el demo, güey, con Andrew y Raúl.
Sí, pero ellos no aguantan el poder del día. Por cierto, salió, no sé si lo mandé al grupo, pero salió el nuevo libro. Tenía que salir hace tiempo, pero por problemas de imprenta no lo sacaron. De Artificer. Es una mierdita de libro, güey. Me emputé cuando vi de qué tamaño era. Porque pagué como $20 por eso. Kleinus va a tener su nueva clase de Artificer, la actualizada. Una de las cosas que le dan, güey, me cagué de risa cuando lo vi. Porque ahora una de las cosas que le quitaron cosas, pero una que les dan es de que tienes planos para objetos mágicos. ¿Ok? Y yo me hice un Artificer, ya tenía uno, pero lo actualicé para ver qué pedo. Entonces puedes crear objetos mágicos como una Back of Holding para poner cosas, uno que se llama Sending Stones, que son como walkie-talkies, y así, ¿verdad? Hay un chingo de opciones, güey, un putero de opciones. No tienes idea de cuántas opciones hay, güey. No tienes idea de cuántas opciones hay. Hay tantas opciones que solo leí las primeras 2 y luego me fui a buscar las que sabía que quería agarrar. Agarré el Back of Holding, el de que son como toques, un sombrero que te permite respirar en el agua, un orbe que te dice hacia dónde está el norte y otra cosa que no me acuerdo. Y dije, bueno, pues ya elegí, ya todo el pedo, voy a leer. ¿Sabes cuál es la tercera opción que te da en esta lista? Bien, así, ¿qué crees que podría ser? Puedes crear, no cualquier objeto, pero puedes crear un chingo de objetos mágicos. Te lo pongo fácil, no es ningún tipo de espada, hacha o lanza más 1.
Un anillo.
¿Qué tipo de anillo?
¿Cómo?
¿Qué tipo de anillo?
Un anillo para el dedo.
Un anillo para el dedo, me pendejeaste bien ahí. No, es un rifle de antimateria. Más 1. Lo que me gustó es que hay un chingo de... O sea, Linus podría crear armas más 1. Tienes que elegir el arma específica. Pero aparte de las opciones más 1, hay uno que se llama de alerta. Que es que mientras tengas esa arma, todas las personas alrededor de ti, creo que a 20 pies, no pueden ser sorprendidos. Y agregaron una clase que se llama cartógrafo. Que lo empieza a salir y dice, está chido, está decente. No mames, está rota. Respondió Kleinus.
A mí no.
Porque me sale conectado.
Sí, a mí también me sale conectado. Pues puede estar leyendo en la computadora, güey.
Sí, dijo que iba a leer, no dijo que. Está leyendo el shampoo, güey. Las instrucciones del shampoo. Por gente como tú, el shampoo tiene instrucciones. Según yo, sí, a huevo. Mañana puedo seguir jugando Escape the Backrooms, que me falta poquito. Me quedé cuando ya estás a punto de entrar al cuarto, que nada más te tiras y terminas el juego. Todo es lo único que me falta.
Perdón, me quité los audífonos un momento.
No, voy a repetir, güey. De hecho, voy a seguir hablando. Entonces, lo único que me falta pues son los finales extra.
Ok. Ya casi estás.
Sí, me quedé en donde tienes que tomar las fotos en las cabezas Maui.
¿Estás al nada?
Sí. Lo que no
¿Qué
sé...
está pasando, fácil?
Normal. De hecho, creo que lo puse en difícil porque pues a mí me vale verga. Tipo... si tengo que reiniciar del principio de nivel o no, porque pues va a pasar independientemente de lo que haga, porque solo soy uno, ¿verdad?
Ah, sí, pero creo que si lo pones en difícil o en fácil, se supone que eso sí es un logro multijugador. Así que no.
Según yo, el único logro multijugador, o sea, que específicamente dicen qué modo tiene que ser, es
El de pesadilla.
cuatro jugadores en pesadilla.
A ver, voy a revisar. Supera el juego en multijugador en la dificultad fácil. El multijugador difícil y multijugador pesadilla. Y
Ah,
sobreviven a nivel 0 15 segundos.
pero no te dan el de pasarlo en fácil si lo pasas en difícil, ¿verdad? Hijos de la verga.
No, qué estupidez, ¿no?
Me cagan. Ah, sí es cierto, es estamos en Jingle Bells.
Ujú. ¿Qué metieron de skins? Unas para...
Según yo, no me acuerdo quién dijeron a quién le pusieron skins, pero creo que solo agregaron 2 skins y
Una
y lo
pasada.
de siempre una skin en general. Mejor región,
Pero
server
está
privado.
chida la skin de Sam.
Ya está el servidor. No, porque te voy a invitar. Entonces, ¿de qué sirvió que le pusiera? Ah, así.
Aquí en mi tienda de Steam yo tengo el Thunderfolk a $25.
A mí me salía 50.
Sí, no
Bueno,
dejas de estar en el latón, güey.
bueno, que lo vas a comprar tú, dice el juego.
Sí me gusta, quiero comprármelo, pero
Eh,
tengo $15 ahorita nada más.
no sé si está en español, creo que no, pero ahorita está dando gratis el Jackbox. Es más o menos lo mismo, un juego en el que puedes entrar desde tu celular. Pero trae varios minijuegos.
Ok. Invita,
Ya te invité, ya te invité, ya te invité. A ver, ya esperaba que saliera Kleinus para invitarlo, pero no sale. No sé por qué, pero lo veo más HD.
Ah,
Creo que es porque yo soy el
cayó,
host.
cayó.
Verga, sí está más HD. ¿Te lo mando otra vez?
Ah, en un momento.
Insta. Que le crashé. No, no es cierto, no te podría hacer eso, güey. Eres mi amigo. Eres mi amigo. Yo no podría, no como Kleinus que nada más me usó y me abandonó. Le respondí sus dudas y dijo, ya me voy. Pero está bien.
Ah, volvió a crashar.
¿Lo actualizaste?
Está actualizado, sí.
Ya que vamos a tener que jugar Phasmophobia.
A ver,
Tryhardeado.
déjala, creo yo.
Va, créalo tú. Creo en ti, confío en ti. Creo en
Crashó
ti,
también.
confío. No mames, verse.
Propiedades.
Como si fuera tu culpa, ¿no?
Tal vez, güey, no sabemos.
Desaparece. Creo que tiene algo que ver con que estoy desconectando la consola.
Podría ser.
Podría ser. Flipendo, dice. No se preocupen, banda. Esto es normal. Tranquilos. Estas cosas pasan en stream. Más de lo que deberían, pero pasan. Ustedes tranquilos y Ferse
¿Sabes qué,
nervioso.
¿Sabes qué podríamos jugar también?
¿Qué pasó? ¿Cuál?
Deadlight.
Bueno, gente, hasta aquí queda el stream de hoy. Espero les haya gustado. No puedo, güey, porque no he comprado Nicolas Cage. No hay varo. Cuando digo no hay varo, es que sí hay varo, pero hay prioridades. Todavía tengo que precomprar ¿cómo se llama? Animals. El nuevo
¿Reanimals?
Reanimals. El
Pero
nuevo.
ese va a estar hasta en febrero, güey.
Pero todavía no lo he precomprado.
Si no lo vas a precomprar en la brevedad.
Porque no hay varo. El Resident Evil,
Ese también es en febrero. No, de hecho, Reanimal es en marzo, güey.
estoy esperando que de verdad anuncien en el Game Awards el remake de Silent Hill 1. Que sí, ya tuvimos uno, pero no cuenta. Es diferente. Es como decir que Pokémon Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu es un remake fiel al primer Pokémon. No. Eh, Creo que esos son todos los que tenía así de que tengo que comprar estos porque el nuevo Civilizations no me terminó de convencer. Entonces, si ya que sepa qué pedo con esas madres, ya puedo comprar a lo pendejo. Y pues no voy a jugar Dead by Daylight hasta que no tenga skin de Ada Wong de los de Silent Hill o Nicolas Cage. Es lo único que me ha impedido jugar el juego. Ojalá que sean los
¿Y
más
The Walking Dead no te interesa?
skins de The Walking Dead. No, realmente no. ¿Sabes cuándo le perdí el cariño a The Walking Dead? Cuando tuvieron que empezar a inventar pendejadas. Porque no sé si sabes, hay una madre que se llama la teoría de Casper.
Ok.
Que es sí sabes que es una granja de cuerpos.
No.
Es una granja que usan los forenses en las que consiguen cuerpos. eh, Alguien firma un contrato de que cuando me muera le voy a dar mi cuerpo a la ciencia. Entonces, por ejemplo, agarran tu
Ah,
cuerpo
ok.
y lo tiran en un lago y estudian el proceso de descomposición de tu cuerpo en un lago frío, en un lago caliente, a la mitad de un campo, en un campo con hongos, en lo que sea. Para que puedan saber, oye, este cuerpo se ve que lleva 3 días en el bosque. ¿Cómo sabes? Tiramos un cuerpo en un bosque por 3 días y este era el mismo proceso. En The Walking Dead seguían
Ya.
el proceso de descomposición de un cadáver normal, obviamente alargado, en vez de que sean 3 días, empieza a expandirse 2 semanas. Pero ya tuvieron que meter pendejadas de que no, es que el virus se evolucionó y es otra cosa. Y por ejemplo, en el primer capítulo, me parece que es, el güey se mete a un tanque para escapar de un zombie. El zombie se mete con el tanque con él dentro del tanque. El güey dispara dentro del tanque. Y tiene este momento en el que queda como en shock porque, puta, un disparo dentro de un espacio chiquitito te jode los oídos, ¿verdad? En menos de 3 capítulos ya están disparando metralletas en un cuarto de 2 metros por 2 metros sin ningún problema.
No me acordaba de eso.
Rompieron sus propias reglas.
Me acordaba lo del tanque, pero no lo de la metralleta. Es que
Estoy
el director que
exagerando.
estuvo en la primera temporada, por ejemplo, fue diferente a lo de los demás. Por eso tú vas a ver que en la primera temporada, cuando están a casa con los dos, con el padre y el hijo, la zombie que es la madre intenta entrar, como intentando abrir el picaporte, pero después son cosas que los demás zombies no vuelven a intentar hacer.
Sí, te digo, eh, obviamente porque cambiaron de director o lo que sea, pero rompió sus propias reglas y eso me es como que, no. Entonces, le perdí el amor a esa madre. Le di una oportunidad, le di una buena oportunidad. Yo no puedo ver episodios de 1 hora por episodio de Witcher, la serie de The Witcher. Me tardó el triple de tiempo por ver porque solo puedo aguantar entre 15 y 20 minutos. Por eso veo anime.
¿Te acuerdas que te dije que
De hecho, por eso me
no
está.
está Vecna de Dungeons and Dragons, ¿no?
Sí, pero no soy fan. Soy fan de Vecna antiguo. El que todavía no era un dios o ya
Sí,
era un
sí.
dios.
Sí, sí, el punto es de que ahorita van a hacer otra colaboración con Stranger Things y van a meter a Vecna de Stranger Things.
Ese me suena,
Entonces van a ver dos Vecnas.
ese me suena más razonable. De hecho,
Pero la cosa es que ahora va a estar. Van a ver dos Vecnas.
es que de hecho está el Vecna de D&D, la versión que estamos no la versión, en el mundo que estamos jugando, donde está Fandelver y todo eso.
Ujú.
Y está el Vecna de uno que se llama Greyhawk, que es el Vecna que sí se convirtió en un dios. O sea, ese güey está en el panteón de dioses.
Ok.
Entonces técnicamente podrían poner hasta 3 Vecnas. Pero pues
Ojalá y no lo hagan.
El Vecna de
Así-
Stranger Things para mí tiene más sentido que el Vecna de D&D.
Aunque, es decir, tiene sentido que puedan meter una Vecna porque igualmente el Vecna no se llama Vecna, sino que se llama Liche.
Sí, porque Vecna es un Lich.
Pero no se llama Lich, se llama Liche.
Se escribe Lich, pero se pronuncia Lich.
Pero yo siempre he visto que Lich se escribe Lich, no Liche.
Pues te mintieron. A menos de que lo estén escribiendo así en inglés.
No sé. Tal vez la traducción al español de Lich es Lich, lo
Sí,
cual me daría risa.
según yo sí. Lo digo por que según yo así lo escribían en Hora de Aventura. Es una verga que... Sí, sí sabes por qué le cambiaron la voz a Jake el perro en Hora de Aventura. A
Porque
pesar...
estaba muy mexicanizado.
A huevo. Entonces es el mismo actor de voz, pero diferente voz. Dijeron, no le metas tanta mexicanada. Dijo, ok.
Y le quitó todo el alma al personaje.
Sí. Igual sabías que las fuerzas Ginyu de Dragon Ball significan las fuerzas lácteas. Y todos tienen
No
nombre
sabía.
de lácteos. En diferentes idiomas, pero tienen diferentes. Por ejemplo, eh, creo que es el rojo. Se llama Chisu. Porque Chisu es como dicen cheese en japonés. Tú ábrele, tú ábreles. Sin miedo, güey. ¿En qué dificultad lo pusiste?
Creo que está en normal. No cambié nada.
En
Bueno,
normal,
sí, está en normal. Tenemos todo el Jubilee.
en normal para calentar o estamos yendo por terminar niveles en hard.
Para calentar nada más, güey. Ahorita puedo estar dos o
Güey,
una hora
Ana tiene
fácil.
sombrero.
¿En serio?
Sí,
Pensaba que
güey,
estábamos
vamos a
esperando
buscarlo,
último
vamos a
minuto.
buscarlo, vamos a buscarlo. Ana, ¿estás aquí? No. ¿Estás aquí? No. ¿Estás aquí?
No, no, no está.
No. A la perga del juego, quiero encontrar a Ana con sombrero. Está aquí, está aquí, está aquí, está aquí, sí. Atrás, fuerza, atrás,
¿Dónde,
atrás,
dónde,
atrás,
dónde,
atrás,
dónde?
atrás, atrás. Aquí, aquí. Ahí arriba.
No mames.
Güey, es una verga.
Qué bonita, Ana.
Y va a cantar Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very first day you throw it away. Hay canciones de Navidad que ya que escucho la letra bien hacia conciencia, cómo me emperran. Por ejemplo, hay una canción, la canta un chavito. La letra dice, el otro día vi a mi mamá besando a Santa Claus.
No,
O sea que el chavito ya sabe que Santa Claus no es real, lo cual me emputa. O su mamá le anda poniendo el cuerno a su papá.
dice,
Y hay una que dice, la Navidad pasada te di mi corazón y lo mandaste a la verga.
bueno, hay
Entonces,
dos cabras en el sótano.
va. Entonces, esta Navidad, le voy a dar mi corazón a alguien especial. Pues coño, pendeja, de eso se trata.
La pendeja.
Si me dice Ferse, güey, es que me rompió el corazón. ¿Quién? Una morra que no conozco. Sí te dejo de hablar por pendejo.
¿Cómo eso podría ser posible tan siquiera?
Hay gente.
Me alegra no ser ese tipo de gente.
Ah, sí, porque a ti te vale verga.
Ser alguien sin corazón y frío.
Mi, 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 mi,
¿Cómo es que yo
mi,
me vi ese
mi, mi,
video, güey,
mi,
el que
mi,
dice
mi,
cómo se
mi,
enfrió
mi,
como Sasuke,
y,
güey?
y mi, mi, y mi, 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 mi. Abre, abre, Ferce, abre, abre. Gracias. Güey, me cagué de
1, 2,
risa.
3, 4, 5,
Me,
6, 7,
me cagué de risa
8.
cuando hicieron el fanart de Freyren. Todo malo. Y ponen,
Así que
y ponen el de el mejor fanart de hoy. Y sale el de Freyren. El mejor fanart de la historia. Y sale el de Sasuke. Ya hay cabra, ya hay cabra.
Pero
Voy a buscar otra cabra.
aquí
Ya,
igual.
ya obviamente referencia a Jujutsu Kaisen. ¿Sí viste lo que va ahorita el nuevo Jujutsu Kaisen?
Sí, voy al día.
Lo de que aparentemente Yuji ahora es inmortal.
No inmortal, pero tal vez envejece mucho más lento que lo que
Ujú.
ahora.
Sí, o sea, técnicamente inmortal.
Ajá.
Porque pues nadie que
Uf.
lo conozca va a ver que muera.
Sí, ¿y tú ya viste nuevo enemigo cabroncísimo Kai? Bueno, no un amigo, pero
No lo he visto.
el alienígena cabroncísimo Kai.
No se parece a Sukuna en su modo tengo 6 brazos y estoy mamadísimo.
Un poco.
Porque no lo he visto, pero sí he visto memes de que no sé, así de que la cara de los fans cuando este güey,
¿No tienes cabra?
no tengo cabra, güey.
¿Para qué viniste, güey? Pensé que viniste porque tenías cabra.
No,
Me siento baiteado.
no, güey, vine a echar el coto. Así de que, ¿cómo se llama el
Hay uno en la bodega. Ah, no
majo,
hemos liberado las últimas cabras también.
majo qué? El güey que se adapta todo cabrón, que el Sasuke de Jujutsu Kaisen volvió a su familiar.
Mm. Mahogara.
Ajá. Que dice la cara de los fans cuando este nombre del personaje gira el círculo del Mahogara hacia el lado derecho, hacia el lado opuesto. Y así por la mamá de cuando este güey atraviesa el void de tuyo, de Goyo. Y así, güey, no reconozco el nombre, entonces supongo que es del nuevo. Y estoy suponiendo que está mamadísimo a la verga.
Se mira mamadísima y por lo que han contado, sí está mamadísima.
Tiene como un pedazo de cráneo como máscara en su ojo izquierdo.
No, tiene
Entonces,
cuernos nada más.
ok, entonces no lo he visto. No mames, vine pensando que era una cabra. O sea, escucho la cabra, pero vine pensando que era una cabra y no era un cabrón. Linus, respóndeme. Voy a pensar que ya no me quieres. Pero me respondió
Sí,
hace
güey,
20 minutos.
te fuiste tú a buchar, güey, y de la nada me dijo, güey, me voy a leer. Y y se fue a la verga. ¿Y qué te dijo?
No me ha respondido. No sé si dijimos algo que lo ofendió. Si es así, me disculpo en que lo vea todo el mundo. Verse, mándale el clip. Me disculpa, no sé qué dije, pero lo siento. No lo pensé. Estaba pedo y me estaba buchando.
Chale, güey, yo quería hablarle de Thunderbolt a él también. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yo quería decirle que vamos a hacer que juegues Pokémon. ¿Por qué nada en verga ha abierto la parte de enfrente? Eso me incluye a mí.
A eso voy, de hecho, porque yo también fui al frente e intenté entrar por ahí.
Ábreme, güey. ¿Qué fue eso? ¿Agarraste algo?
¿Sí?
Güey, ábrela tú.
Ya no estoy ahí, güey.
Pero no escuchas algo que sonó así como magia, así de...
Es mi linterna, creo.
Neta. Según yo no sonaba,
Ahorita, güey.
según yo no sonaba tan bonito, sin ofender.
Estoy aquí en la puerta principal atrás.
Ajá. Así es, pero según yo sonaba la mitad de ese sonido.
Pues al parecer no.
Bueno,
Ahorita me lo cambio y me pongo una de hielo.
ok. Tú
Por
agarraste
ahora.
todas las llaves.
No, falta la del ático. Y la de la bodega.
No, faltan todas las que no agarré. Ok, voy. Yending. Ah, puta, como ya viene aquí, ya vienes, ¿no?
Sí. Es que
Válido.
me gusta estar contigo hoy.
Ya,
Tú eres
güey.
mi lugar seguro.
Ya, güey, me voy a chiviar. Bueno, y la chingada, ya ve dónde
Qué bueno.
vergas está.
Ya buscaron todas las perras sales, güey. ¿Será que hay una en el sótano que no vimos?
No creo. O sea, a menos de que hayan actualizado los puntos de reaparición. Ah,
¿Dónde estaba?
en el ático.
No. Ah, sí, no revisé ahí. Ahí siempre puede aparecer una llave.
Ana, quítate.
Tal
Ana,
vez en la bodega
quítate.
está la del ático.
Quítate, Ana. Ana, por favor. No, Ana. No me voltees a ver. Ana, no. No lo hagas. Gracias.
Don't do it.
Ana. Ok, necesito. Verga, se va a emperrar esta merra. Esta merra, bien. ¿Qué verga me pasa? Esta morra.
Está pasando una crisis.
¿Vas a ir a
Le
abrir,
digo bam
vas a ir a
bam.
abrir el ático o vamos a quemar
¿Quieres
el
que abra el
ático?
ático primero?
No sé, tú dime.
Voy a abrir el ático primero para ver dónde están los cabros.
Ok, mientras voy a quemar.
Dame unos segundos, por favor. Mínimo que salga de la casa.
Así o más.
Ah, sí. Ahí está perfecto.
No te tengo miedo con ese sombrero. Hoy fui a comprar chela y compré Kinichiban, pero solo tienen dos nuevas presentaciones.
Una en el sótano, dos en el segundo, tres en el segundo piso y una en el primer piso.
De 12, pero de lata, que es el que tuve que comprar. O de botella, pero es light.
Yo quiero probar. Yo quiero probar de esa cerveza.
Pero bueno, yo ahorita vengo, voy al baño, ya me escondí. Si me muero, una disculpa. Disculpa, dije.
Ah,
Muchos excuse me y un perdón.
le hace justicia a hacer Wishem. Sonrisa, colgate.
Ya volví, ¿sigues vivo?
Sí, está yendo para la parte de atrás de la casa. Ya le estoy aturdiendo la última vez que se ocupa. Bueno, ya lo he aturdido 3 veces, no creo que ocupe más, o sí.
Según yo, lo más que puede ser son 3 veces. Pero nunca he sobrevivido lo suficiente en 8, 9 o 10 como para checarlo. Bueno, en 10 sí, en 10 no ocupas ninguno. Ok, ¿dónde recuerdas que haya cabra?
En el segundo piso hay 3.
Está atorada.
En el sótano debería haber uno. En la parte de atrás no se han movido de ahí.
Allá donde la mataste, se atoró en una columna. No sé si cuando se...
Ah, no, ya se movió, ya se
Ok.
movió.
Sí, pues estaba atorada ya. Y le dije, buenas noches. Me presento. Soy Romeo. Qué bien se ve.
Romeo, ¿dónde estás? Que no me meo.
No importa que
Ahorita voy por otra cabra.
sea usted. Una aventura
No,
es
quememos esas
más
2 para que sean 7 y quemamos las
divertida.
últimas 3 de un solo.
Ok, que manden. Si huele a peligro. Si te invito una copa y me acerco a tu boca, si te Mi cabra. Qué cabrón. Quemando. Que manden. Ah, no duró nada. Ah, empezaste a quemar tú. Ok,
Sí.
ya sé yo.
No te quería dejar quemar. 2 en el segundo piso, 1 en el primer piso.
Ahí está, aquí esta cabrona. Sí, que aquí. ¿Ves dónde? Ahí. Tuya, 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 tuya. 2 en el segundo piso, 1 en el primer piso. Es lo que dijiste, ¿verdad?
Ah, sí. No me sigue, ¿eh?
¿No te siguió o te siguió?
No me sigue.
Ok.
Be careful.
La cabra está en la sala principal. Nada más no la ha agarrado por lo mismo que no te siguió. Ok.
Está afuera, pero se fue por el pasillo de la derecha. Tengo cabra.
Ok. Verga, me marca que está aquí enfrente de mí, pero no la veo. Ah, ya la vi. Me lleva a la verga. Dejé una
¿Colocaste tu cabra?
cabra. No, dejé una cabra enfrente del comedor. Es que me
¿Y qué
salía.
hacías dentro de la casa si ya tenías cabra, güey?
Porque la escuché pasar por justamente enfrente del pasillo por donde iba a pasar. Pensé que iba a entrar por atrás, pero no, estaba en el. Estaba corriendo entre la biblioteca y la sala, pero no la vi. Hola.
Quédate quieto.
No me dices qué hacer.
Gracias por hacerme caso.
Ok, necesito heno. ¿Agarraste heno?
Yo sé.
Ok. Entonces ya sabes hacer la cabra, ya viste.
Sí.
Ok,
Te voy a dejar esta.
agarraste el primer piso.
No.
Está aquí afuera
Te la
esa
voy a dejar aquí.
cabrona. No, güey, cúbreme.
No, tengo que ir a buscar la otra.
Pues a la verga ya me voy. Que te vaya bien. Que se cumplan
¿La
todos.
agarraste?
Sí, que se cumplan todos sus sueños y seas feliz el resto de tu vida. Verá, se me olvida que ya no tengo lo de que si apago mi linterna, se carga más rápido, sino que tengo la de que
Me
puedo
mataron
correr
una
mientras.
criatura también.
¡Ah! Te mentí. Puedo correr mientras uso UV Light. No sé si te dije.
Mm. Si no
Me
está en
atoré.
biblioteca, no
Me
sé
lleva
qué
la
tanto
verga con el
necesites.
puto árbol. Me atoré con el árbol. Mi cabra debe estar comiéndose el heno que está cerca del árbol de Navidad.
Ok. ¿Tienen botiquín cerca?
No, pero ella está en el sótano. Sí, sí tengo. Cerca de la...
Ya agarré, ya agarré.
Me atoré con el árbol, güey. Me lleva la verga.
Y te felite que te lleve la verga, ¿no?
No, güey, porque en este caso no quería. sea,
Bueno,
en este
yo creo
caso,
que esa,
en específico, en este caso, me ganó la memoria muscular, güey. Porque ese es
bueno,
el.
esta sí va a ser la única partida que voy a jugar ahora, ¿no?
Ya jalas.
Sí, que es que había quedado de jugar con unos amigos.
No, no puedo chingarte, no está claro. ¿Ya agarraste cabra?
No,
Ok.
¿pero quieres que quememos uno? Así que dejamos esa apuesta. Ya sí
No,
veo dónde está la última, güey.
este. Pues si quieres. Ahí viene,
¿Está
está ya
en
la
el
morra.
ático o en el segundo piso?
Ahí viene esa morra.
Se me está trabando todo. Dime que la lograste poner.
Todavía no.
Se me está trabando el juego horrible.
Está atorada en el. Para quemar. Ah, se me atoró mi gol.
Ah,
Me desconectó del
creo que
servidor.
mi juego valió pito.
Sí, ya decía yo. Porque me salía atorada enfrente del círculo para quemar. O sea, si te querías ir, güey, no hay
Y sí, no
pedo.
responde.
Si te querías ir, güey, no hay pedo, güey. O sea,
Devor.exe no responde.
¿sabes? O sea, no hay pedo. Me hubieras dicho, ¿eh? Sin pedos, güey, sin pedos.
Pues no era mi intención irme así, güey. Cha- Chalencia.
Chalensky.
Chalenzoncia.
Chalención. Chalenciado.
Pero sí, ya me tengo que ir.
Está bien. Ah, no estamos viendo bien jugado. Si sigo vivo y sigues por acá,
Sí, no,
propioles. Nada más me avisas.
te cae.
Papá.
Ah,
Hey guys, guess what? Let me check. I'm gonna check something real quick. Like real quick. It might not work, but we'll see. I'm just throwing it out there. We'll figure it out. In the meantime, I guess we can go to Phasmophobia. Uh, I just need the thing where I go here and then go back because for some reason that's the only way for this to work. Or no. Also, I think I was playing without audio. I think I was playing without. Yeah, I was playing without audio. Fuck. Phasmophobia. Phasmophobia. That's what we're gonna play right now. In the meantime, you know, just because I can do that, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ah, unprofessional, randomly. If by the end of the year I'm giving you about 15 days plus overtime, we made it to 300 in any social media, Twitch, YouTube, or TikTok, or X, whatever. If we do it to 300, my next stream after the 300 by the end of the year, we will make it by the end of the year. But if we make it to that number at the end of the year, after the end of the year, my next stream is gonna be trying to get the golden trophy on Sunny Meadows. But in the meantime, we're just gonna play Point Hope. I don't really like. I like the idea of the level. I don't like the idea of going up, down, left, and right, up, down, funk you up. I find that kind of annoying. I am not gonna lie to you guys. I found that annoying AF. Vale. And I don't know why it's taking that long to load. Point Hope. Was there an update recently? Like a good update, not just
We've arrived. Check the equipment.
you look
Ten
like
seconds
you
before
smell like
investigating.
Cyrus.
There's been no reports of
Who's
violence or
Cyrus?
shootings, but please remain
I
careful.
love your accent. Thank you. I got it from my parents. It's a it's a weird thing where I'm Mexican from Mexico, not from somewhere else, and I have like a combination between on quotes neutral accent, that is the accent that we see on TV, and my accent that is from the south of Mexico, plus the accent that I got from watching YouTube and being on the internet, plus the American accent from California. So my accent is kind of a mesh of everything and nothing at the same time. And even when I speak regular Spanish, people don't really hear my real accent because my real accent only comes out when I'm talking with someone that has my same accent. Because I'm that kind of person that, not on purpose, but I will copy someone else's accent. Like I had a friend from Venezuela that she will have like a regular neutral accent, but when she talks with her mom, she will get the Venezuelan accent, and I will start talking like like Venezuelan. I cannot do it on purpose. I have to listen to it. But yeah. By the way, I'm gonna call you Nia. Hi Nia, how you doing? Welcome in. We're the plan for today is I don't have a plan, so I'm just gonna be like jumping between Phasmophobia and the Power and something else probably. I could keep playing Escape the Backrooms because that's what we were playing before I change made a change of plans. But I think I'm gonna left that for next week because right now I just wanna play Phasmophobia and you cannot stop me. I'm unstoppable and I drop my light. Raisa. But yeah, so we might be playing this, and in could be in 2 hours, could be in 5 minutes. We will go back to the power and así ya está and stuff. Anyway, I don't think I need I need to say this because I'm assuming a lot of people. Also, thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Also, on my bio, I have a link for a Discord server if you want to join. It's mostly dead, but when it's not, it's cool. But yeah, I don't think I need to tell you guys about Phasmophobia because it's kind of a popular game on streaming. But for those that don't know, Phasmophobia is a kind of a puzzle game where you have to figure out what kind of ghost is hunting different locations based on the evidence that you can get. And it's fun. I usually don't play it for a long time and I take really big breaks because I just immediately start getting good at the game again. Like I remember the best time for me to play Phasmophobia was during the time where they remake everything, so all the things I knew were no longer valid. Sarah goes here. Might be. There's a ghost here. Like right now, I'm gonna turn the light here just to know. We have this little thing that might be behind me. Let me move a little. That's I move a little too much. Let me see if I can move here. You can kind of see the number. If that number goes anywhere in the negatives, that means that we have freezing temperatures. And this little orb, that's a spirit orb. Now the thing is that it might be a mimic. It can always be a mimic. Don't get it confused. It can always be a mimic. But right now we have that. We have the spirit. Spirit orbs. By default, we know that where the temperature is lower, unless they add a hot demon, a hot monster, a hot ghost. Not in that ways, you weird people. But if Hamana, then Hamana. Yeah. That is exactly what I was saying. Hamana. Hell yeah. Unless they add a demon that can make the place hot, the coldest room is always gonna be the ghost room, which the ghost can move. That's a problem, but that's fun. Sometimes it helps a lot because there's ghosts that won't move that much of room. So if it starts jumping from room to room, you know it's not that ghost, right? Right. Nice. But how's everyone's day going so far? Mine has been kind of weird, kind of annoying. Yesterday, I had a coworker do a child's what do you call it? Tantrum. And today he kind of behaved, but also kind of annoying. Just you're throwing shit all over the place. I don't like that. I'm gonna put this here and leave it right there. Then I'm gonna put this here, and then put this right here. No, right here. Yeah. It's a thing where I don't know if I ever said this on stream. I'm assuming I have, but I think I've been very vague about it just because I didn't really know how to say it. But what I do for a living, my position, like the name of the position I'm on, it's called a visual craft person. That means that basically, like, if my employer needs a giant gift box for Christmas, I have to make it. So right now they're doing a Christmas. Queen of Angels, thank you for the likes. How you doing? Welcome in. For Christmas they're doing a Hawaii Christmas. So we're doing volcanoes. And my coworker was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna paint over it." And I'm like, "I don't care about your life anymore. I'm done with you. Do whatever you want. If it doesn't look good, there's cameras. You're the one that did it." And we were bringing stuff down from a shelf. Well, he was, and I was working on something else. And he started like, help me, help. And it's like, I know you're doing that on purpose. You don't need help. You just want to be extra. And I'm not for that right now. And he was like, I'm telling you to help me. And I'm like, I know. And you're doing that on purpose. You don't need my help. You're a grown-ass adult. And he was like, well, I can do this on purpose. And he just threw it on the ground and it broke. And when our manager asked like what happened, he was like, just like, oh, it broke. And I'm like, at least if you have the cojones of being a little bitch, at least have the cojones to like admit that you broke it, admit that you're being a pain in the butt, Everybody knows it. They're just afraid of saying anything about it, which is fine. I get it, but also, gosh darn it. Hi, are you here? Are you?
Taken away.
You're away. Okay, understood. So that's another blah blah. Am I dead? No, I'm not. But I don't like that. I'm gonna go. That was just a 4. That was just a 4. Damn it. Now that I'm here, actually. We have negatives. Okay, so right now, with that, in theory, we should have 3 evidences. 3 pieces of evidence, and that should be enough to tell the ghost. The problem is that there's a ghost called a mimic, and the mimic, no matter what, will always have spirit orbs. So technically, it has 4 evidences, but one doesn't count towards the evidences. It's just like its ability, I guess. So we have spirit box. It could still be a mimic. We have freezing temperatures. It could be a mimic, or it could be the Onryo. What does the Onryo do? The Onryo is often referred as the grateful spirit. It steals souls from dying victims' bodies to seek revenge. This ghost has been known to fear any form of fire and will do anything to be far from it. Extinguish a flame can cause an Onryo to attack. When threatened, this ghost will be less likely to hunt. So we're gonna need one of this, and one of this. Okay, so can we get an EMF? And it will be the twins. Can we get an ultraviolet? And it will be a mimic. Can we get ghost riding? That will be a more. Dots, it's not gonna happen. And ghost orbs, it's gonna be a 100. So what we're gonna go do right now is we're gonna place the crucifix just so it doesn't kill us. Actually, we need to check on our sanity. Sanity might be sanity. Unless sanity. We're good. We're fine. We should be. But yeah, so we're gonna place this. What this does is that there's an area. Back in the day, you had to kind of know the distances. Now it actually shows you. But here we go. If I push this here, you can kind of tell like the distance marked by that thing. So the ghost, if it tries to attack inside that area, that will activate and we won't die. And if it's a demon, it's double the area. Usually we will turn off the lights to see for a OBS. OBS is what I need to what I used to stream. For the dots, I don't know what dots stands for, but we will look for that. But it cannot be a dots, so we don't need that. Don't worry about it. I think it already turned it off. But what we wanted was to put it right there. So now we can go UV light. And we're gonna bring one of these. One of these, one of those, everything is fine. It should be good. Don't worry about it. We're gonna put the tripod so we can have a better look of the place when the ghost is doing stuff. And we're gonna put the UV light. Hopefully it will interact with something and it will be cool and nice and happy and dandy. That's the only annoying part of this map, going all the way up, and you don't have many places to like run. You can hide, but you cannot really run. Last Christmas I gave you my heart on the very first day. Next day you threw it away. This year. Beep 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 beep. I'll give it to someone special. Okay, turn this off. Should I wait for this thing to... Okay. Understood. That's our cue to go get more sanity. Because the way it works. This is not a tutorial. I just like to talk about stuff. Because otherwise I'm gonna be playing like... But the way the ghost works... A little peek under the Phasmophobia game. It reacts to your sanity. As a base, every ghost will hunt under 50% sanity and won't hunt above 50% sanity. There's exceptions. Let me see if I can remember. A spirit, 50-50 always. A raid, 50-50 always. Phantom the same. Poltergeist the same. Banshee. The Banshee, you can play up to 4 players. The Banshee will pick one character. Like, it will rank every player randomly. So it could be player 2, player 1, player 3, player 4. Player 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3. Whatever, right? So whoever is higher will be its objective. If the number 1 objective is inside of the house, it will... I think it can start chasing or a hunt from 60%. This I might be wrong. And if the objective is outside of the house, it will hunt 50-50. The Jinn 50-50 mare. if the room where the mayor is it's off, I think the chance of a hunting is 80%. And if the room where the mayor is has lights on it, I think it has a 40% chance. You have to be under 40. Revenant 50-50, Shade. Shade, as far as I know, it has a 50-50 unless there's someone in his room. If there's someone in his room, I think it has a 0% chance of hunting. Might be wrong, and I'm pretty sure that I'm wrong. A demon will start hunting 50-50 unless it uses its ability. If it uses its ability, it can start hunting whenever it wants. There's actually an achievement to get it to hunt before 2 minutes or something like that. And there's people that as soon as they step inside, the demon start hunting. Which fun. And that's when there were less ghost types in the game. One strategy was to just get in with the crucifix, because the crucifix, if it's a demon, it doubles the distance it protects, which in some cases will like actually save you. Just saying, it was a thing. Jurei 50-50, Oni. I don't know if it can. I know it's the opposite of the shade, but I don't know if it will hunt more more frequently when there's more people close. I know that it will do stuff when there's more people close, but I don't know if it will do that when it's more people in the room. Yokai. The yokai will start hunting, I think, at 75 if it hears you. If you're talking and it hears you, there's a chance that it will start hunting at 75%. Koryo. 50-50. Myling. I think it's a 50-50. Unreal. It's a 50-50, but there's a chance that it will start hunting immediately if a light source, a fire light source goes off next to it. Ryu 50-50 Obake. 50-50 Mimic. We don't know. I mean, in theory, it's a 50-50, but I don't know how every often it changes what kind of ghost it is. So, like, it could start being a spirit, and then in 20 seconds, I think it will transform into a yokai while you were talking with your team, and it will hear you and be like, okay, right now I'm a yokai, I'm gonna start hunting at 75%. Moroi 50-50, I think. Diogene 50-50, and I think it's 50-50 as well. It hasn't tried to kill. I need to move my camera. Son of a bitch. So we're gonna have one of these to protect yourself, and one of these to see if it's a. I don't know if it opened, if it turned on a different door, light source, or if is it hunting? No, or if it just turned off the light, the fuse box. If it was just the fuse box, if it turned off the fuse box, we can for sure say that it is not a Jin, because the Jin won't turn off the fuse box. Little fun fact. Okay, it stay on, so probably was a thing of the thing turning off the fuse box. So it's not a Jin. I wasn't thinking that it might be a Jin anyway, so we're fine. Okay, so no UV light, which means that it cannot be a mimic, therefore it's an Onry. And maybe someday we'll actually try to do like perfect runs. Right now we're just playing for the sake of playing. I owe you guys some streams because I was on the monotype Pokemon tournament. So this is what we're gonna do now. Oh yeah, yeah. So it should be an Onryo based on all the evidence that we got and behavior and not dying.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
I'm back and I'm better than ever. Right now, I know this is a little too late to ask for, especially because everybody has already min maxed this game. But I wish that I added a game mode where you can choose the ghosts just so you can practice finding the ghost by behavior. Because you have the different difficulties, right? So amateur, it's like everything takes longer, everything is good. Intermediate, everything is halvesies. Professional, I believe that this should be like the default difficulty. In nightmare, the ghost will have just two evidence instead of three, so you will never know for sure which one it is just on evidences. And insanity, it will have only one. Challenge mode, it depends on what they do. Yum, yum, yum. But I wish they added a mode where you could show, even if it doesn't give you money or anything, and even make it like you cannot get money, but you can actually lose your stuff. Let's try to do that. Challenge mode. Let's hopefully camp woodwind. I don't like woodwind. It's too dark. And usually they give you like the worst uh flashlight, so it kind of sucks.
We've arrived. Check the
They
equipment
give me
and
no
before investigating.
flashlight.
Nothing to report, but it looks like whoever was here left in a hurry.
fair enough. I hate it here, but fair enough. I don't like it here. Fuck this shit. Oh, you're here. Think. Yeah, you're here. Are you here? Are you close? Where are you? How old are you? You're pretty active. Whatever it is, it's pretty active. The only problem is that if it starts attacking, I'm not gonna know where it's coming from, so I don't know. But so far, it's either Oni or a poltergeist, I will say. So we have ghost orbs. That's it. We have no sanity. Can we get sanity back? No, we can't. Fuck, I didn't know about that. Okay, I'm gonna take these two. I'm gonna put one over here. And one over here. That should give us enough time to figure out what the heck this guy is. So, let's put two of these real quick. Whatever we can do quickly, we'll do. Because it can just attack at any moment and we don't want that. I don't want that. I don't know about you guys, but me personally, that no. No once. Let's put two of these. I personally think that will be a bad idea. I need one of these. Let's take this. And I think we already put everything that we need for the. Yeah. Yeah, this camera sucks. This camera sucks ass. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's take this and put it right. Damn it! I could have take that video. So what do we need? That's a 4. Okay, so what I'm getting is that she's being pretty active. And she tried to kill me. Yeah, right here is the room. Are you here? Are you close? Where are you? How old are you? Are you friendly? Okay, try to attack. That was a dots. That was a dots. So we have dots. Could be a Banshee, Rear, Yokai, Raiju, Thay. What does the Thay do again? The Thay will weaken over time, making them weaker, slower, and less aggressive. Upon entering the location, they will become active, defensive, and agile. Upon entering the location. So not its room, just the location. Now that we know that it's all not orbs, EMF, not the EMF dots, we can wait here and just wait. Damn it! It's doing the dots thing, but it's not saving. It's at points like this where I wish we had more than 2 dots. But it's fine, I guess. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a Thay. I think it's gonna be a Thay. We're just gonna wait to see if it's actually a Thay, and then I'll tell you why I thought it was a Thay.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Okay. So why did I choose a Thay? So we have here that a Thay, it's strength. Now, taking into account that sometimes strength and weaknesses don't mean shit. It's just like flavor stuff. Sometimes the weakness is the strength and the strength is the weakness. Like with the Oni. Only disappears less often while hunting the prey. No, that was good. Never mind. Like the weakness, the ghost will not enter a hunt if there are people nearby. But sometimes, if the shade just so happened to be a moving, not moving, because moving ghost means that it changes room a lot. Roaming ghost, it means that it still has the same room, but it moves to different places. So if you have a shade that moves a lot, you will never figure out it's a shade just because of the behavior. So at Tay, we have that it was upon entering the location, Tay will become active and defensive. Whenever we were in his room, that is pretty close to the entrance, so it didn't take that long. Moving a lot of things, doing a lot of shit. The Tay will weaken over time, making them weaker, slower, and less aggressive. It never attacked, even though we were at 0%. So it was a Tay. Tay. Tay with me. A Tay. Tay, yeah. Tays. Okay, I need to check something real quick. I'm still gonna be here. Uh, just know that I'm not gonna be on the game right now because I need to send something. If you've been with me at least for the past few days, you know that we've been on a something smells like it's burning. We've been on a tournament, monotype tournament for Pokemon, and we made it to the finals, I guess. Just because we finished the game. A lot of people didn't, so kinda it's a big deal, I guess. But I need to send my the team that I'm gonna use for the last part with the Pokemons that I catch. If I had won stuff during the mini events, which I didn't, because I suck, we would have more Pokemons, but we're basically just stuck with Pokemon teams from Alola. So I just need to figure out what abilities my Pokemon have. Add it or change it on here. So let's see. My Crocodile for sure has Moxie. Yeah. Sandstream, Defiant, Poison Touch, Levitate, and Pressure. Okay, so all good, all nice. And the tournament, if someone wants to be there and be like, you, Krona, you got it, you suck, but yeah, you at least made it to the first round. We're gonna be doing that at what's the word? 7 p.m. No, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm just making sure that my team is fully usable, so you'll have to deal with me for a sec. Sucker Punch. I didn't put Sucker Punch on. I did. So what else can I put on B sharp other than knockoff? Night Slash? Knocked. I meant Night Slash. Okay. So my team. Import export. Copy. And we go to the bestie, not bestie, but bestie. And that should be good. We should be good to go for tomorrow at what time did I say? 6, 4, 25, 11. I'll disco. So tomorrow at 12 p.m. I'm just gonna let people know. Doce. Yeah, we're good. We should be good for that. Resume. More challenge. Still on Camp Woodwind. I don't know why they fucking love Camp Woodwind. I know they put a lot of effort into it,
Alright, we're here.
but
Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the
I don't like it.
investigation. I've got a report that suggests a possible ghost sighting.
I got a report that there's a possible. It's not 100% sure, but it's a possible that there's a ghost in here. It would be so fun if there could be like a small chance, but a chance of there's being no ghost. I would really like that. As we said, this guy can't hunt at any point, so. ¡Hala, los rimpálagos! It killed the generator, so for sure, it's not a Jin. What's the generator? Passing the thing. Okay, 21, 6, 10, 4.7, 8. I'm gonna say it's a Jin. No, a Raju. No, a Raju. Revenant. Because it sped up as soon as it saw me. Banshee. Fuck!
There's some jobs ready for you.
It was pretty fast for a Banshee. A Banshee. I'm not gonna lie. Next. Samey. You know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna play. Skip the backgrounds, and there's nothing you guys can do to stop me.
Jobs ready for you.
Fuck that. Ooh, we're gonna do whatever the fuck I want today. And I feel like watching something, but I don't know, maybe ghost videos. Do you guys want to watch ghost videos? Should we go? Let's watch ghost videos. Hell yeah. Mexican ghost videos. Scary urban legends around the world. But that's is this a whole video or is just it's just a short? I want videos, not shorts. Scary doorbell camera video. That's a short. I don't want shorts. I want a whole ass video. Sex disturbing abandoned buildings encounters on camera. Speaking, no, it will be playing and then reacting 1, reacting 2. I think reacting 2 is better. This should be fine, right? Hmm? I'll move myself here. There we go. I don't know why it took that long, but
Urbex Hill is one of the most popular urban exploration channels on YouTube, featuring raw footage from YouTuber Chris Hill's visits.
sorry, I need to put it on my actual account that doesn't have.
Urbex Hill is one of the most popular urban exploration channels on YouTube, featuring raw footage from YouTuber Chris Hill's visits to a lot of the more extreme abandoned buildings in the US. From abandoned mental hospitals to decommissioned military facilities, Chris explores all of it, but specifically places that a lot of even the more extreme explorers wouldn't visit, at least not at night and alone like Chris always does. In January 2023, he uploaded footage of his visit to the now abandoned Paul Revere Elementary School in Cleveland. After almost a century of use, the school was permanently.
I don't know if it's this one, but there's a video of a guy that got scared during a urban exploration. Bro, Luelacita, I'm gonna call you Lu. Hi Lu, how you doing? You're Hayuri? No, you're not Hayuri. Are you Hayuri? No, you're not. Nah. Wait. Nah. Nah. You're not. No. No, you're not. You're not. You're my Hayuri. I'm gonna cry if you are. Where the fuck have you been? It's my friend's account. I said it as a joke, but I might actually cry if you're actually Hayuri. You know how long I've been waiting for you to come back? To give like how? You know how long I've been waiting for like you giving signs of life? I mean like okay, I don't want to send her too many messages because that's gonna look kind of weird, especially because I'm way too old and that's kind of weird. But also, you just disappeared. How you been? Welcome back. I miss you, kinda. How did you miss your account? Did you forget your password? Did you get hacked? Both? Is it a thing that you cannot tell out loud? Hey, Queen of Angel, how you doing? Welcome in. Uh, I'm watching horror videos, but I just got reunited with my sis that just decided that she hates us all and disappeared from the internet, and now she's back in a different account. I'll try to find it. I can find it in 20 seconds. It's don't start the timer because I need my phone for this. But I can find it in 5 seconds. But how you been? Did you? I know you graduated. How's life been? I don't know what to do right now. I'm like that. I I I mean it's not the first time in my life at all that I have reunited with someone that just randomly disappeared. It's not the first time, but it's never easy. Don't worry. I worry. I worry a lot. I ah I mean, I know it's kind of weird to get really attached of people on the internet, but like you disappearing and a random I'll see you next time. Fine, okay. I just hope you're okay. I just want to know that you're doing fine. I do want you to be happy and be good. Thank you for letting me know you're okay. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. In a platonic way, as your bro, I do love you. I just do want you to be fine. I do want you to be okay. I hope you're happy. I hope you're doing fine. Thanks for letting me know you're fine. And I hope to hear from you again before the next century comes around. I'm gonna cry. I might actually cry. I'm not sober enough to deal with this right now. I just wanted to see scary shit and talk about Pokemon, and now I'm sensible and give me a sec. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. This is fine. This is good. I got this. Ah, ah. Okay, okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm glad. This day, like specifically this day, like today, December 5th, cannot be better. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm glad. I'm happy. See you next time. Yeah, I'll see you when I see you. Thank you for stopping by. I hope I'll see you soon. And even if you don't come back, just let me know where I can reach you. I just wanna talk to you eventually at some point. I need to know that you're doing good. But thank you for stopping by. I'm happy. 90% of the things that could happen right now wouldn't matter to me because right now I'm happy. Oh, yeah. Anyway, scary shit.
Permanently closed in 2015 due to declining enrollment numbers. Although there are allegedly plans to turn the abandoned building into a housing complex, as of 2024, Paul Revere Elementary is still abandoned and in terrible shape. From the moment Chris walks inside, it's pretty clear that the place hasn't been used in years and has been severely damaged by the elements, vandals, and the passage of time. The bottom floors are all flooded, the walls are peeling, the structure doesn't seem too sound, and there's rust, random papers, books, and all kinds of debris lying everywhere. Throughout the video, you can see messages written in seemingly fresh chalk on some of the whiteboards, confirming that people have been in the building recently. This was actually Chris's second visit to Paul Revere Elementary. When he uploaded footage of his March 2022 visit to the school, several people in the comments mentioned they had either been students or teachers at the school and talked about how incredibly sad it was to see their beloved childhood school ruined by abandonment and lack of maintenance. A little after 10 minutes into the exploration, you can hear some sort of ruffling sound and other strange noises coming from somewhere in the schoolhouse.
What is that? Do you hear that? Somebody's here.
As Chris turns a corner in the hallway, another person's flashlight can be seen shining down the hall. It looks to be just one person, who was likely either another urban explorer or a squatter. Still, at 1 a.m. in an abandoned building, it's obviously best to avoid drawing unwanted attention to yourself, especially when you don't know the other person's intentions, which is why Chris ultimately decided to run instead of making his presence known. Making sure to walk in the other direction to avoid running into anyone, he then heads to the library and explores the rest of the top floors. As he goes into the bathroom on the top floor, he has another encounter.
La perca.
Somebody's in there.
I don't know if it's this one, because I've seen a lot of urban explorations where they actually find like other people. Oh, by the way, chilling scares. Shout out. There's actually one from a guy called Alberto del Arco, which he was like a host of a paranormal show, and then he moved to better things. But he will always like say like, "Hey, good evening. Is there someone there?" And there's a video where someone actually respond like, "Yeah, I'm here." That was scary because he always says you should be more aware. You should be more aware of the living than the dead when you're doing these kind of things. But I don't know if it's this one. Sounds very familiar. Not familiar, but identical. There was one where there was a guy doing an urban exploration in a school or something like that, and he sees someone and gets scared, and like, oh, try to hide whatever, and then sees the other guy like moving around. So, oh, that's a proof that that guy wasn't good. And there was the video of the other guy doing the urban exploration, being like, oh shit, there's someone there. So fun. So uh uh okay, context. Everything is context. Everything is context. So there's this girl, because doesn't matter how old she is, she's gonna be a girl forever, who I randomly met on TikTok lives. And she made me develop like a brotherly bond with her. Like I want to protect her and make sure that she's fine, but not as deep as, oh, I want to be his friend. Or anything. It's just like, I'm gonna adopt you as my sister, and you're gonna like it whether you like it or not, and I'm gonna protect you. She was adorable in a platonic way. I have to say the platonic part because internet is kind of weird and they don't know about these kind of things. I love adopting people as my sisters, brothers. I'm not gonna say son and daughter because there's a whole Discord server waiting for that. I'm not adopting anyone. But yeah, and she just randomly disappeared, and now she let me know that she was alive, and I'm like, mm, ah, Oh, I just got a confirmation that something that I ordered is arriving. It doesn't say when it might arrive, but it was, and I don't know if somebody knows what I'm about to say, but it's if anyone remembers Zoids, the show with really cool mechanical animals, monsters, beast creatures, with that were like basically megazords, swords, because megazords is a combination of swords, zoids. They released a special edition where it's a Misutsune but as a Zoid, and I got it, and I just got a confirmation that it's been shipped, so I'll have it in before Christmas. So Merry Christmas to me! Hell yeah! Let's keep watching.
Scared the out of me. Oh,
I will just get the fuck out of
At
there.
the far end of the bathroom, what appears to be a
Fuck
human
that.
silhouette can be seen standing completely
Like-
motionless.
Like
After the
like
initial be a
like
human
look
silhouette can be
look.
seen shining down the hall. It looks as a T20
I feel like I went to. No, I didn't. Okay, where were we? Because I
Chris
clicked the
turns
wrong
to
button.
laugh, especially when you don't know the other person. The rest of the owner.
Yeah,
Be a human silhouette.
like I think because I feel like
At
I've
the
seen
far
this
end of
one.
the bathroom, what appears to
So
be
I
a
think that that's just like a mannequin or something like that. I think. I think it's a mannequin or something like that to scare people off. But you either run towards it and beat the living shit out of it, or be like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this today. Have a good night. Just retire for the day. Go home. Go home. Cook some, make some popcorn. Make get some chips. Go watch a movie, and never do this again. Never.
human silhouette can be seen standing completely motionless. After the initial shock of the encounter, Chris draws his gun and goes back inside to confront the man.
But yeah, I think it's a mannequin or something like
it's a
that.
toy.
What's the fucking chance of that thing just randomly move when you go
Oh
back?
my god, that scared the out of
When you go back? Fuck that. Fuck that.
As it turns out, the silhouette was actually a scary mannequin that somebody set up,
Yeah,
probably
fuck
to scare
that.
away visitors.
I'm
What's
more.
most eerie is that even though we can't know for sure how long the mannequin had been standing there before the footage was shot, for some reason it fell forward just in time for Chris
Yeah,
to see it.
that's what I
Most
was gonna say.
reasonably,
What are the
it should
chances
be
that
from
that
the
happened?
sound waves bouncing off the wall.
I don't think.
Most people would
Okay.
have left as soon as they saw the mannequin, but Chris continued to
Usually it will be at I don't think so. I don't think that's what happened. That doesn't sound right. But I recently saw a Mark Robert video, the guy that used to work for NASA, and he made like a infrared cameras things to catch Cristiano Ronaldo's shots with a robot goalkeeper. It's a thing. Don't worry about it. But like the cameras stopped working as they should because there was a forklift that was messing with the thing because the little vibration that the forklift made were enough to like destabilize the whole thing. So I don't know. Anyway, you weren't supposed to see that, but I'll be back. I need to go to the bathroom real quick. So 20 minutes. I didn't say 20 minutes. I like thinking about 20 minutes, but it might be a couple of minutes. Be right back. I'm back. And better than ever. And also, I don't know what everything was reacting to me, but it's fine. I guess, I suppose that's how it's supposed to be, because that's life 3 times. Maybe 4, 5 will be fine, but 6 will be right. Hell yeah. Yee, 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 yee. Yeah.
Explore the rest of the school, seemingly unmoved by the horrifying experience he just went through, though not before clearing the entire rest of the bathroom.
Yeah, just in case.
Sadly, some of the rooms in the school are filled with books, whiteboards, and other perfectly usable materials that could have been donated to another school before the building was abandoned.
As far as I know,
But nobody seemed to
technically
care
they
enough to
cannot
give them
move it
away
because
before
they
the school
belong
was
to someone
abandoned.
else.
About half an hour into the visit, Chris climbs up to the roof, which in itself is pretty risky. Even if you don't care about getting caught by the cops, there's still a very high risk of the roof caving in, especially considering the state of the building when the footage was shot.
Yeah,
Fortunately, he was able to climb down safely.
that's a real
That's
big
when a
thing.
strange
Like,
noise could be heard
don't
coming from the other
go
end
to
of one of the
places that could
hallways.
just fall down. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for urban exploration, and that's a weird fucking building. I'm gonna go to that weird fucking building. Hell yeah. But you also have to take care of yourself and be careful. Especially in this economy. You know? If you know, you know. I know you know. If you know, you know.
The safe is still here. Wonder what's in it.
There was something there.
As Chris explores one of the rooms, a strange howl can be heard in the distance, and as he raises his camera, you
That's-
can clearly see a shadow moving behind the door at the far end of the room.
The
By this
howl
point,
was
it's
a
pretty clear
natural
that
sound.
Not only are multiple other people in the building with him, but
I
now
don't
he's
care what
partially
you're gonna say
inside.
about it. It was a
Once
natural
again,
sound.
Chris draws his gun and prepares for an encounter,
But,
he doesn't find anyone in any of the rooms. After this,
and this is why you go at least 2 people at a time and you let someone know, hey, I'm doing dumb shit. If you never heard from me again, that's why.
Oh, here it is. This place is crazy. I remember the last time I explored it. Hello? Hello? What? Okay, I know I heard somebody coming down these stairs. I'm out.
As he struggles to find his way out of the school, the sound of footsteps can be clearly heard on the stairway directly above Chris's head. But after running up and calling out to see if he gets a response, nobody acknowledges him.
I'm happy.
Luckily, he was able to walk away unharmed and has continued to upload videos of his visits to abandoned places pretty frequently. The Proper People is an urban exploration channel owned by Brian and Michael, 2 friends who travel the world in search of abandoned buildings. For the past 10 years that their channel has been active, Brian and Michael have built up a reputation for being a trustworthy channel that only uploads genuine footage of their explorations. In a niche of YouTube that's often plagued by cheap, fake footage from people trying to get their 15 minutes of fame, The Proper People has endured as one of the most reliable channels in the urbex space. They gained their fame from explorations of genuinely cool places instead of faking creepy encounters or anything of the such. In 2016, they uploaded a video of their nighttime visit to the Jemison Center in Northport, Alabama, often referred to as Old Bryce Hospital. From 1939 to 1977, the Jemison Center housed hundreds of psychiatric patients and acquired a reputation for treating them pretty harshly. Often referred to as the creepiest building in Alabama, Old Bryce was closed in the late 70s and has since been reclaimed by nature and become a hotspot for urban explorers from all over the world. As Michael and Brian approach the location in their car, there doesn't seem to be anyone around, and after driving around the grounds for a while, the 2 YouTubers get out of their vehicle to begin exploring, settling on the basement as the first area to explore. After more than 4 decades of abandonment, the entire complex is almost completely destroyed, and while some of the walls are completely covered in all kinds of graffiti, some of them aren't even there anymore.
That's a
With the
toilet
stage
for
just becoming
sure.
the
That's a
Jemison
toilet.
Center, there's always a
Don't let
chance
it
that the structure
fool you.
could
That's a
collapse on
toilet.
itself and trap Brian and Michael inside.
You know what hurts me a lot? I moved to a town and I've been living here for going 6 years, 7 years now. Standard shit, I guess. And there was always like it's like a more rural, like it's a small town, but the outs of the town are more rural, 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 rurales for my Spanish speaking dudes and dudettes. And there was always a, how you call it, the red building that has cows in it. Uh, in Spanish is granero. I don't know what the word in English is, but like the red big house that stores animals. There was a really fucked up one, and I always wanted to like explore it because it's like it looks cool. There might be a dead body in there. I don't know. Uh, I stopped living with my brother and moved out, and the house I moved into, it's closer to that place, and I'm like, oh, it's right next door. Worst thing, I can just run home and grab my bat and kick the living shit out of whatever chase me after. If there's a ghost, I have plenty of ghosts myself. I will be like, it's gonna be like a Pokemon battle of Gengar, use Shadow Ball, I guess. But yeah, and I was like, "Ooh, can we go in?" And it's like, yeah, the person that owns my house owns a bunch of houses in the area, and she's like, yeah, you're sure you can go. And I went in, and it's just empty. They just don't use it because they didn't want to fix it, so it looks beat it up because they were lazy. And it's like, oh, no ghosts, no demons, and I'm not going in there because at any point it might just crumble, kill me. Fuck that. Damn.
But as they go up the stairs to explore the top floor, it becomes clear that an unsound
I don't know what it is, but something smells like something is burning, and now I'm slightly afraid. It smells like wood burning.
structure is the least of their worries.
If you never hear from me other than today, I probably died. Don't worry about it.
Whoa, look at this. Look at this staircase out here.
There's someone there.
There's somebody there.
Yeah, there's someone there.
Yes, see their light.
At least he has a friend.
They're out there. I swear on my life. Right there. Should I say hello? Yeah. There's somebody out there.
Hello, bang, 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 bang. Okay.
Let's go back to the car. This way. If it's somebody wanting to talk to us. Let's go to the car now. Oh yeah.
As the camera pans to the window, the outline of a person holding up a light can be seen on the staircase on the opposite side of the building. Disturbingly, as soon as the uploaders turn off their light, the other person does the exact same thing, indicating they were watching and didn't want to be spotted. Chillingly, if you rewind the footage to when the YouTuber
I mean, that's the annoying thing. Is like they didn't want to be watched. Of course, they didn't want to be fucking watched. They were somewhere where they probably didn't have the permission to be in, and they don't know that the other guys. I mean, that guy probably didn't know that the other guy had a friend, and they're like, "Fuck, I'm fucked," for a lack of better word. And then he probably hears the other guy and is like, "I'm double fucked." The least I can expect is a Eiffel Tower If you know what I mean, you know what I mean.
Arrived at the top floor, you can clearly see a light outside the window frame, but it's unclear if the light was coming from the same person who was watching them. After calling out and receiving no response, Brian and Michael decide to go back to their car to avoid getting jumped or worse. It's hard to know what exactly the intentions of the other person were, but what's even more disturbing is the fact that there were no other cars in the area when they arrived and when they left, which means that whoever was there had arrived on foot and probably been there for a while. Ridgely Hospital was a women's psychiatric hospital in Lancaster, UK that operated for almost 100 years from 1916 to 2013. Famous for being one of the first psychiatric hospitals in the UK that fought for the humane treatment of mentally ill patients, Ridgely Hospital housed thousands of patients and used modern treatment methods such as electroconvulsion therapy to help patients with a range of disorders, from severe depression to obsession to mania. In April 2022, YouTuber Exploring with Tom visited the site with 3 of his friends in the middle of the night. Throughout their visit, they were extremely loud and not aware of their surroundings, which is obviously not the best idea when exploring an abandoned building. Keep in mind that most of these abandoned buildings are still considered government property, which makes it illegal to trespass and explore the grounds. Still, if you disturb a hostile squatter's home by being obnoxiously loud, getting arrested would probably be the least of your worries.
I'm not scared of you. Oh yeah, well I am scared of you.
Nah, I think someone is doing that, to be honest with you.
I hope they get haunted for the rest
After hearing
of
some
their life.
strange noises coming from
For
one of
sure,
the
for sure.
rooms, the 4 explorers call out to see if there's anyone in the building, and this is where things get a little disturbing.
Hello? What? Go! 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 Yo! Come! Yo! Everyone okay? Everyone okay? Keep calm. Keep calm. Keep calm. Man! What the Don't hurry up! Get out! Get out! Get out! What do you want?
What you want? I'm gonna die. Help!
As soon as one of the teenagers calls out, a man can
I need to make this because every time I see urban explorations, I have to say this. Get this out of my chest, I guess. I don't think it's a secret by now, but I'm Mexican, and I don't think it's a secret right now, but I'm a Mexican from the south, and I don't think it's a secret right now, but I'm a Mexican from the south, the south tail that Mexico has. You know how it looks like a S shape but backwards. So you have 2 peninsulas, the Tijuana Peninsula, not Tijuana, the Californian Peninsula, South Californian Peninsula. We have 2 South Californias. Fuck you. And we have the Yucatan Peninsula, which is the one where Cancun is. Because you guys only know Cancun. Fuck you. Where I'm from is from Yucatan. I don't live there anymore, so I'm not afraid to saying that I'm from there. Over there, we had 2 places I wanted to visit, and no one fucking took me there. Assholes. And by the time I was old enough to drive and take myself there, one was demolished. Well, no, it was demolished when I was here in the USA. And the other one was overtaken by cartel people. So it's the road there was more dangerous and scary than the actual place. But one was called Miss Nevala, which is a ghost town now, and people say that they see stuff, and I always wanted to go, but to get there it's only one road, and going back and forth is just one road, one lane road. So at some point, if you're not like in a place where 2 cars can actually fit, either you or the person coming the other way around have to go reverse and let the other person go and then go. But now there's cartels over there, so you cannot really go through without being like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I'm like, I just wanted to die, but not this way. And the other one was a clinic that was supposed to be haunted because there were a lot of abortions, which weren't legal in the day. So a lot of bad things happened, right? So I always wanted to go, but no one would take me there. And when I was old enough and I had my license, they barricade the place so no one could get in. And when I came to live to the USA, they were like, "Now it's open." How? People just realized that you could just punch the wall until it breaks. And when I went on visit, it was no, they just demolished it. It no longer exists. So I never went to any of those, and I'm fucking pissed about it because I am a scary cat, but I also love this shit. I could have brought a real ghost. I could be like possessed, and I didn't because sheer luck, I guess. It's good luck, but it feels like bad luck. Fuck that.
Can be heard screaming from inside the room.
I hate it.
Without thinking twice, Tom and his friends make a run for it back to their car. But
I'm just so
disturbingly,
happy
the man
that
isn't satisfied
Hyurian
with
just
scaring them out of the
came
building
back.
and ends up chasing them all the way to their car. It's unknown who the man was or what he wanted from them, but one of the theories that's been echoing in the comments is that he was probably a homeless person who got upset at the amount of noise Tom and his friends were making. It's probably not too pleasant to have 4 rowdy teenagers burst into the abandoned building you call your home and start yelling, laughing, and swearing. But still,
Fair
it's
enough.
good they were able to get away unharmed. In 2006, a 36-year-old man named
I
Vincent
hope it
Filion
has
was living in
English
the woods as a
subtitles, but we
fugitive
can
near
watch
South Carolina after being accused of abusing his stepdaughter.
Alberto del Arco. He's really
In
good.
September of that same year, he saw a 14-year-old girl named Elizabeth Schoaf getting off the school bus and decided to abduct her.
Ah, no mames, te voy a romper tu madre, hijo de tu verga.
Filion arrested Schoaf on a supposed marijuana charge and led her to his hideout in the middle of the woods. For 10 days, Elizabeth was chained up and abused by Filia in the underground bunker.
I don't
beneath
wanna
her
see
hideout
this. I
in what
hate
can
those
only
kind
be
of stories.
described as a nightmare come true. Still,
I don't
the
like
girl
it
was
here.
extremely resilient throughout the whole ordeal and came up with a plan to escape from the horrifying situation she found herself in.
I don't like it here.
If she wanted to escape, Elizabeth knew that she had to get Vincent to like her. For several days, she pretended to be in love with Filia, and eventually the kidnapper lowered his guard, even unchaining her and allowing her to play games on his phone. One night, while Vincent was sleeping, the teenager got a hold of his phone and sent a text to her mom saying she was in a hole across the Charm Hill, that there was a bomb, and to call the police. As it was later revealed, Filia had planned to draw in as many people as possible to the bunker to detonate a bomb and take the lives of the responding officers. However, he never managed to carry out his plan, for just a few minutes later, the area was surrounded by helicopters and he was forced to surrender. To make
Espero
a
que
long
sigas
story
vivo y la
short,
estés pasando
Elizabeth
mal.
was able to move on with her life, and the monster named
Chinga
Vincent
tu
Filia
madre.
spent the rest of his life in prison,
Chinga
where
tu
he died
madre.
in 2021 in his cell. In December 2023, a YouTuber named Big Banks visited the abandoned hideout where the terrifying crime took place.
¿Por qué, güey? ¿Por qué? ¿Qué
Immediately upon
puta
entering the
necesidad?
house,
¿Qué
the
puta
uploader finds
necesidad?
something extremely disturbing.
I think this was the little girl's backpack
¿Qué puta necesidad, güey?
that was left here. What a sad sight to see.
Oh,
Knowing that happened.
¿qué? What is that?
The
Chinga
little
tu
girl's
madre.
backpack can be seen on the floor outside the kitchen. Although it's impossible to confirm if it belonged to Elizabeth Schoaf, it is possible that it was planted there after the crime by somebody else. As he explores the living room, the uploader finds more creepy stuff, including a DVD of the horror movie The Strangers, a Halloween decoration next to one of the couches, a shank, a broken baseball bat, and a ripstick. Obviously, the fact that these items were left behind is much more disturbing when you consider the history of the house. It's heartbreaking to imagine that some of the toys lying around the floor possibly belonged to the girl that Vincent Filia had stolen. Throughout the rest of the house, several objects
Oh,
and
I'm
pieces
sad.
of furniture, including the bed in the main room, look like they were placed there much later than 2006. It's possible that the house was occupied by squatters, but because it was empty at the time the footage was shot, it's impossible to know what belonged to Filia, his common-law family, his victim, and the squatters. Thankfully, after being reunited with her family in 2006, Elizabeth went on to live a fruitful life, and the man who committed the heinous crime against her paid the price for it.
I hope he got not dead, but
Holton
almost
Avenue
many
is a
multiple times.
notoriously creepy abandoned street in Cleveland, Ohio. In 1913, the first Hungarian Baptist church was built on that street, eventually falling into disuse and being left abandoned like the rest of the buildings on that street. In April 2016, the body of a woman named Jessica Coleman was found there after she went missing, but unfortunately, her attacker was never found. In July 2023, Chris Hill went to the location to record footage of the abandoned church, as well as the rest of the buildings on Holton Avenue.
I like it here.
From disturbing graffiti to broken glass and peeling walls, the church checks every box you would expect from a creepy, abandoned building. As he ventures into the basement, Chris finds signs that someone else had been inside the church, including an action figure of Melvin the giraffe from Madagascar that he mentions he doesn't remember seeing the last time he visited the location. Knowing that he's
Okay,
often
that was pretty fun.
explorations, Chris set up several cameras throughout the church, and about 10 minutes into the exploration, one of the cameras on the main floor captures something pretty creepy.
That's weird. Of course it's weird. Just showing off a fish.
What's upstairs?
Oh no, upstairs. Oh no, probably
Obviously,
certain
doors don't
dead.
just
You
randomly
shouldn't
shut
go check.
themselves, and as it wasn't particularly windy that night, it's clear that someone was in the church with Chris. But after looking around for a bit, he can't find anyone in the church and decides to head back outside to explore the rest of the buildings on Holton Avenue. If the church was in a messed up state, some of the houses are even worse, with most of them looking like they could collapse at any second. Around half an hour into the visit, he decides to explore one of the most dilapidated houses on the block, and as he's in the basement, the exploration takes a scary turn.
It actually looks like it's just underneath the house. It's not really a basement. Still creepy.
I mean, you're going by yourself, and it's not one house, one building. It's ándale, ándale, pendejo, ándale. Eso buscabas, cabrón. Eso andabas buscando. Ándale, síguele. No, tú síguele, cabrón, tú síguele. Pendejo.
It smelled like I knew somebody was in here.
As he's exploring the basement, a sound can be heard coming from the ground floor.
Oh,
When he goes back out to
estúpido.
find out what it is, a person pulls back the curtain. Immediately apologizing, Chris runs back out to the street, and that's when he realizes that despite the horrible state of the supposedly abandoned house, there was actually someone living in there with electricity. Clearly most, if not all of the abandoned buildings on the block were housing people now who didn't want him there, something he never encountered on his first visit. And with this newfound discovery, Chris called it a night.
But that's the cause
In February 2020,
Like-
Urban Explorer
I guess we all, if we are interested in this kind of shit, we all seen urban exploration videos where it's one building and there's at least like 3 people, because there's always at least like 3 people. Depending on the size of the building, I'm talking like a public building that has been abandoned. If it's a house, it's probably just one. You're okay, that was weird. I heard stuff. Should be fine. That's why I don't like using my microphone without having headphones on it, because now I cannot tell for sure if I'm hearing stuff or I'm actually hearing it. But like, assume it's a public abandoned building. At least 3 people are gonna be there. You're getting into a place where it's a whole street. What did you fucking expect? What the hell were you expecting?
Rhythm Rider explained
Back
an
to
abandoned
your
house in an
usual
undisclosed location with his exploration
show.
partner Zay Clark. According to Rhythm, the house used to belong to an old woman who had passed away. In complete contrast to most abandoned houses, most of the woman's possessions had been left untouched, indicating that the house had not yet fallen prey to looters and squatters who
That's
often
good.
take things that aren't theirs.
I
All
I
throughout
like
the
that
house,
when
the
they
two
are
explorers find
respectful of
everything
other
from
people's
beautiful
shit,
tableware and
especially after they
silverware
die.
to ornately woven
I don't know if it's gonna be on this video because I'm kind of feeling that I also I feel like I already saw this video. I might be wrong, but there was one video where they get into some old guy's house and they could see like where the person died, like there was still the shape of his body, and it's like I don't like that. And I also don't like people also. Other than that, check it.
Based on the calendars they found in the house, the property hadn't been occupied since August 2018. Just a few minutes into the visit, Rhythm and Zay find something incredibly sad and disturbing.
Always been worried about something like this happening, and then it did. When we walked in here, we took a few steps in the door.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's where the person fall and die.
Can't figure that.
That's fucking sad. I don't like that.
That is a body stain.
I don't like that.
And you can see right there, there's a walker. So, unfortunately, it seems that the woman who had lived here
I don't like that.
had taken a bad fall.
Fuck that.
Landed on the floor, and that's where she expired, unfortunately.
Stop recording, you son of a bitch.
It took us a good 20 minutes to decide what we're gonna
That's
do here. And
that's the one thing I don't like about. I mean, yeah, Logan Paul did it. Yeah, that because he's fucking dumb, and all of you guys are dumb. Don't fucking record the place where someone died. Don't go there. Do your thing. Fun. Haha. Don't make it real.
And you know,
That's where
it's feeling weird.
modern
To tell the story.
murder
This is a good
podcasts are for,
reminder
not
to everybody that you need
fucking
to bring your
YouTube.
loved ones. It seemed this woman had passed and was laying here for God knows how long.
You don't even know
before
what
she
you're
was
talking
found.
about. You don't know
Check in
if
on your
that
loved
person.
ones, guys.
You don't know when that
Right in the
happened.
middle of the hallway, a human body stain can be seen on the floor
Fuck.
next to a walker, indicating that the old woman probably had a bad fall and couldn't get up. Sadly, she passed away and her body decomposed before anyone could save her, which
I
is
don't
a
like this.
terrifying way to die.
I know it
There
is.
appear to be signs that the woman's family members tried to sort through her things after she passed away, but overall, her various belongings are in perfectly good shape,
That's a
including her
lot of
bathroom
clothes.
supplies, which were still there at the time of the recording. It's hard to watch the footage without
That's
having conflicting
Listerine.
feelings. Even though the house is beautiful and you can easily tell that the woman who lived there with her husband was a talented, outgoing person, it's incredibly sad to see how she met her end. Overall, the footage should serve as a reminder to check in on your loved ones every time you get the chance.
And it's really
because
close to
nobody
that
deserves
corner,
pass away
so
like
I
that.
assuming she
Since
hit herself.
2020, Rhythm with Ryder hasn't gone back to that location.
Fuck, dude. I'm gonna cry. Ok, what do we want to watch? 6 de los encuentros más perturbadores, según Dross. Should we watch a Dross video? Let me check. What else do we have? Do we want to watch another video or do we want to play something? We have camping. We have 6 of the most disturbing encounters in abandoned buildings captured by camera.
Christopher Brian Hill es un explorador urbano con un canal de YouTube llamado Urban.
Nah. You're not gonna give me the fucking AI mis huevos. You're gonna give me human voice.
He's been up
fuck AI. My me and my reels don't fuck with AI, especially because YOLO swag.
Christopher Brian Hill is an urban explorer with a YouTube channel called Urbex Hill. Over the past 10 years, he's been uploading raw footage of his visits to some of the creepiest abandoned buildings in the country, often running into unexpected and sometimes life-threatening situations. Urban explorers like Chris face many dangers, from aggressive stray dogs to hostile squatters to respiratory risks and unsound structures. Venturing into an unfamiliar abandoned building is much more risky than it might sound. It's obviously much
If
safer
we get to
explore
a
abandoned buildings
10,000
at light of day,
million
and with a
subscribers
group of
before
friends.
next year,
In
and I don't
most
mean
of his videos,
2025,
Chris
I
explores
mean
at night and always alone.
December 5,
In June
2026,
2022,
I'm gonna
he
do
visited the
a.
abandoned Westinghouse electric factory located
I'm
in
gonna find
Cleveland,
a
Ohio.
spooky place
Built more
and
than a century
urban
ago, the
explore
factory
it.
originally consisted of 7 different buildings.
Don't let
but most of them
anybody
have
else
been
know,
demolished by now.
but I will.
Even though the Westinghouse Company was established in
Well.
1886, it didn't reach Cleveland until 1894.
Cleveland.
Founded by
What kind of
Thomas
place is
Edison, Westinghouse
Cleveland?
is
What the
best
fuck
known
is
for the notable
Cleveland?
engineers who
That's
worked for the
Tesla.
company, including Nikola
I know you.
Tesla and William Stanley.
I don't know
For
who
several
Stanley
decades,
is,
the Westinghouse Company
but fuck
rivaled
Stanley.
General Electric, and it was last used as a lighting equipment production plant before its abandonment in 1979. For the past
1979.
4.5 decades, the abandoned factory has been one of the hottest urban exploration locations for curious explorers and YouTubers. In 2012, the factory started.
There's a really popular show, and the guy I talked about before, something del Arco. I forgot the name. Fuck. He used to be in the show. It was called Extra Normal, which means extra normal. Wow, so much difference. I know. But they may like it's like a morning show, but at night, and they talk about extra normal things. It's in the name, like paranormal stuff. And they had like it's multiple little sections about different things, different reports about paranormal stuff, and then it's like the good one where they go there and they talk with specialists and let's find the ghost and whatever. And there was one where they go into a building, and of course there's a lot of graffiti, right? Poor graffiti, like really poorly made graffiti, but graffiti nonetheless. And I'm falling asleep. And there's a one where they made a poorly drawn guy from the Seven Deadly Sins. What's his name? Asta is the one from Black Clover. I'm thinking about Scanor. It's not Scanor. It's what's your name? The blonde one with the full counter. I forgot the name, but that guy. He always said like sada 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 sada, which I don't know what it means, but someone make the face and write like sada 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 sada, and the guy from Extra Normal, like professional cool place, was like, oh, it says Satan Satan Satan. It's like, no, it doesn't say that. Don't fucking lie, fucking asshole. Fuck you. Anyway,
Receiving even more attention after the Black Widow interrogation scene from the first movie of the Avengers was shot there. 10 years later, Chris made the trip to the
Why
abandoned
not just-
factory and recorded everything he saw. As Chris begins exploring, there doesn't seem to be anyone around, and only the sound of crickets can be heard in the darkness as he walks around the outside of the building. Disturbingly, the sound of gunshots can be heard in the distance less than 5 minutes into the recording. It's worth mentioning that for the past few years, Cleveland has been ranked as one of the top 10 most dangerous cities in the US, making this visit to the abandoned factory even more risky.
Risky.
Yeah, somebody's shooting. That's Cleveland. Wow. That's crazy. It's not even that far away from here.
Of course it isn't.
That sounds like a shootout.
Chris has experience exploring everything from abandoned mental hospitals and sanatoriums to vacant occult temples, and he shrugs off the fear as he enters the creepy building. Just like in many abandoned buildings, Chris finds a mattress on the floor, meaning at least one person has been sleeping there recently.
At least one
As
person.
he captures footage of the first floor and walks up the stairs to the second floor, all that can be heard in the eerie darkness is the
At
sound
the
of his
most-
footsteps. A few minutes later, Chris goes down to the basement.
very
The footage becomes
least
increasingly creepier as Chris
one
runs into
person.
a series of dead ends under the leaky, moldy ceiling.
Okay, I'm hearing something.
A la verga.
Maybe it's an animal. There's animals down here.
At several points during his exploration of the basement, he can be heard making comments about a strange noise coming from somewhere on that floor, and at first he seems to think it's an animal. Alarmingly, he finds a few shell casings on the ground from what was probably a 9mm handgun. Although it would be pretty unsettling to find something like this lying on the ground in an abandoned factory basement.
Ahí se me apareció un gnomo montado en un
Departments
tlacuache.
often use abandoned buildings and complexes for training exercise.
Hay un video. Lo estaba viendo con mi hermano, de que videos de fantasmas captados en video. Ok. Hadas captadas en video. Ok. Había uno de que eran gnomos captados en video. Y es de que el cabrón grabando. Y corre así que, verga, lo vi por acá. Verga, lo vi por acá. Verga, lo vi por acá. Verga, se fue por acá. Y ves en el último, ves algo como que metiéndose por la esquina así. Y cuando llega el cabrón y lo graba, ves una madre tirándose en un pozo. Obviamente falso, hecho en 3D. Pero, güey, se ve como si nada más hubieran agarrado el muñeco y lo hubieran empujado así de, ah. Y el, entre comillas, no, así de, ah, me cagué de risa, güey. Algún día se los voy a mostrar cuando me acuerde, cuando encuentre el video.
However, in this case, it's impossible to know if that's really what happened.
Ujú.
Shortly after, he comes across a series of disturbing messages on the walls.
100% real, no fake, un link que te pasa y el link era en Megafire, ¿no? Güey, fuera de pendejadas. Una vez, no encontré cómo explicárselo a mi familia. No me siento orgulloso al respecto. Pero una vez me enteré del juego llamado Manhunt. Que el 2 está baneado en todo el mundo y la madre. No está tan culero. No está tan culero. Pero dije, güey, lo quiero jugar. Y encontré una versión. Le faltaban algunas escenas de que de repente entre parte y parte estaba en blanco. Bien. Iba a decir black, pero me toré en blanco. En negro. Y luego pasabas al escenario, estás peleando contra el jefe o más así. Le faltaban videos. Pero, güey, lo tuve que bajar en Poringa. No me siento orgulloso al respecto. Pero lo tuve que bajar en Poringa. Y se me olvidó, güey. Así lo dejé de que ya lo tengo, ya lo bajé, ya lo puedo jugar cuando se me dé la chingada gana. Y de repente mi hermano, oye, ¿qué pedo? Y yo, ¿qué pedo de qué? Encontré, estaba video del historial, ok, y hay que bajaste algo por Inga y yo así de, dame un segundo y te explico. Verga, no sé cómo explicarte. No sé cómo explicarte, pero era un juego. Era un juego de Rockstar, te lo juro por Jesucristo. I swear to God. Y mi hermano así de verga, lo tengo que decir a mamá yo. Coño. Te prometo que aprendo de matemáticas en esta página negra con ropa. Güey. No he visto el video. Yo no veo esas cosas, Simón. Pero una morra subió de que ahí está subí un video explicando algún tema matemático. Estos son los resultados después de una semana en YouTube, como 200 visitas. Y estos son los resultados después de 10 días. No, después de 5 días en la página amarilla, en el tum, 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 tum. Como 10,000 visitas, güey. Alguien entró buscando cobre y encontró oro.
This place is so
Verga, qué pedo, güey. No mames, yo me cago. What the fuck.
Yo.
Explicado cómo despejar X si solo tienes W. Sí, tú déjalo, ese güey está en su pedo. Yuko, get the heck out of there. That guy, seen something. Por cierto, Kleinus, ¿qué pedo? ¿Nos abandonaste? ¿Todo bien? No me tienes que decir qué pasó, nada. Eso ha sido un texto de que todo bien. Para que le pueda decir a Ferse, oye, todo bien. Nada más se fue a leer. Porque pues yo fui a Wishar y cuando volví ya no estabas. ¿Qué pedo? ¿Te caigo mal? Tú dímelo. Mira el pedo. Es más, si me dices que te caigo mal, vamos a ser mejores amigos.
After about 20 minutes of exploring, the visit takes a very dark turn as Chris runs into a hunched over man without a light at the far end of the room. He calls out to him and asks if he needs any help, but the man doesn't move or respond.
Oye, ¿estás todo bien? Todo chido.
Understandably, Chris's breathing can be heard getting louder and heavier after the extremely unsettling encounter, but things were only about to get more disturbing for him.
I'm gonna help that dude out. I'm gonna get this dude a $20 bill.
La puta, le salvaste la vida con 20 paros, no mames.
Hey, I got some money for you. He's not there, and he's not responding.
About 4 minutes later, Chris decides to go back to help the man out by giving him a $20 bill. But alarmingly, when he goes back to the room, the man is no longer there.
Válido. Nada más quiero saber porque yo me fui y volví y no estabas y me dijo, Perse, no sé, nada más se fue, me dijo, voy a leer y se fue. Yo me asusté, me preocupé.
They can easily hide in the shadows and attack or scare visitors when they least expect it. One theory that many viewers seem to favor was that maybe the man was not a homeless person at all, but a gang member who was hiding from the shootout that could be heard at the beginning of the video. However, it's impossible to confirm if this was actually the case, and it seems pretty unlikely given his strange behavior. As he continues searching for the man, Chris notices bats flying around the basement, and things get even more eerie at this point.
There's a lot of bats down here too.
I love the fucking random happy graffiti on the weird place.
Right when he walks into one of the rooms, if you look closely at the far left of the screen, you can actually see the man from earlier standing in what used to be a door frame, staring at Chris in the darkness. Alarmingly, Chris doesn't notice and continues walking. It's impossible to know how long the man had been following him, and in these kind of situations, it can be hard to gauge the squatter's intentions. A few minutes later, the squatter can be seen walking outside as cars pass by the side of the building. At one point, Chris mentions he thinks the guy said hello, but it can't be heard clearly through the camera audio. Just when he decides to head out, he hears a cell phone vibrate, indicating that there are more people down there with him hiding in the darkness. Having had enough disturbing encounters for the night, he decides to play it safe, and fortunately he was able to
¿Es en qué parte de Perú es? Todo Perú.
He never found out who
Todo
that
Perú.
man was, and since then he hasn't uploaded
Así,
another video of the West.
abres un mapa de Perú. Todo eso.
This video was recorded in Tartu, Estonia, and uploaded to YouTube in
Güey, te
August
tenía
of
muteado. Yo pensé que chinga.
Four teenagers visit an abandoned sauna that was built more than a century ago in 1915. Back when
No,
the
güey,
sauna
sí,
was
te
still
estaba
part of the Russian
pendejeando a
Empire.
ver si pones atención.
After fulfilling its purpose for 80 years, the sauna was decommissioned in 1995. The building remained abandoned for 23 years until in 2018.
No
it was fully
mames, el
renovated
edificio
and
estuvo
turned into a
apagado hasta
beauty
que yo,
salon, which
hasta
is
que yo
still
nací.
operating as of this video's upload in 2023. In August of 2016, the uploader visited the abandoned location with 3 friends. Upon entering the building, you can see that it looks exactly what you would expect a building that's been abandoned for 21 years to look like. There's an insane amount of mold growing freely on the walls, the heaters are covered in a thick layer of rust, the floor is full of holes, and the entire structure looks like it could collapse at any second. Throughout the video, the teenage explorers also run into some disturbing messages on the walls. An especially eerie one reads, "You can't hide," and there are also several creepy drawings of stick figures graffitied on the walls in some of the other rooms. For the first few minutes of the visit, other than the disturbing messages and some loose shoes and other personal belongings, there doesn't seem to be any indication that somebody could be living there or had even visited the location recently. However, about 20 minutes into the visit, one of the teenagers finds a door frame covered by a curtain, and they decide to explore the room.
Pártele su madre.
As one of the explorers shines a flashlight into
No me hagas eso, ya hablamos de que posiblemente estoy güey. Posiblemente, pero no me vengas con eso. Ahorita. Ahorita. A las 10:29 p.m. tiempo estándar del Pacífico. No me vengas con eso, chavo. No. ¿Vas a jugar o no? Digo, ya. Parece ya se fue porque se fue a jugar con sus amigos. Por cierto, lo puse en el grupo. Nadie acá va a tener ese grupo porque es el grupo de los grupos. Pero mañana juego a las 9 de aquí. La final. No la final, pero el torneo. Para ver si gano o pierdo. Ah, no mames, un perico. Una espopeta. A las 9, entendido. A mí me dijeron a las 9 de la mañana. Me voy a despertar a las 10. Sí me... No, sí, le voy a echar ganas, No, te mentí un vergo. Va a ser mañana a las 12. Mañana a las 12 de aquí. Es que dijo Ferse a mis 2 de la mañana y me sacó de pedo ese pedo, pero no a las 12. Espérate. Ay, a la verga, pensé que le habló a alguien extraño. I thought that it was someone that wasn't there, but it was there.
We thought it was abandoned.
When he first walked into the room, Chris didn't notice that there was someone asleep in the bed. It wasn't until Meg walked in and made a noise that the woman sleeping in the bed woke up and gave them the scare of their life. Although the uploaders blurred the woman's face out of respect for her privacy, it's clear that she's pretty old. During the conversation, she tells the couple that she doesn't have any family that could take her to live somewhere else less depressing. Out of sheer kindness, Chris and Meg keep the lady company and try their best to understand her situation.
Su casita, güey. Sí, ya sé, güey, pero yo sé qué verga. Ahorita tengo las 10:32. Entonces, en 12 horas más hora y media.
Seeing her living in such terrible conditions quickly turns into a heartwarming moment in which the three of them talk about each other's lives.
What happened was I came here to help somebody.
Okay.
And this is only for a week I'm coming.
Yeah.
And that was 1993.
Oh god.
Wow, so you've been here nearly 30 years.
Disturbingly, Jane mentioned she's been living in the abandoned farmhouse for 30 years, and even though Chris and Meg offer to help her, bring her food, and buy her clean clothes and sheets, she seems hesitant to accept anything from them, claiming that she's fine living the way she does. She mentions that even though it's not her house, the men who work at the farmhouse know she's there, and they bring her food and water every day. In a touching moment at the end, the couple agrees with Jane to visit her again soon.
A huevo, dice, los dejen ser chingando.
To the story, but Chris and Meg included a caption at the end of the video that cast the situation
iguales, efectivamente.
The caption reads, "I did a lot of research to try and find the name of the farm and whom it was owned by. Luckily, I got the information needed, and I even got a message from someone who knew the farmer who farms there." Chris goes on to explain that the man who reached out to him also knew that Jane was living there, and that the farmer also lives in the farmhouse with her. According to the man, Jane is very well cared for, but she chooses to live in those terrible conditions anyway. The man also mentioned that Jane's husband is up there constantly to make sure she's okay, but she doesn't accept his help very easily, or anyone's help for that matter. It's worth mentioning that Jane might not have been completely truthful about her situation to Chris and Meg. During their conversation, she mentioned that she didn't have anyone to care for her except for the farmer, but the man who knew the farmer told Chris that she also has a brother who tries to take care of her. Not entirely convinced by what the man told him, Chris continued digging for information and found that the farm was not on any land registry records, but there was another property to Jane's name that she owned between 1986 and 2015. After visiting the other property, Chris mentioned that it was as unkempt and beat up as the farmhouse itself. Having heard two different versions of the story from the man who contacted him and from Jane herself, he decided to contact Adult Social Services. This is the email he received from them. Good morning, thank you for your email. I can confirm that Adult Social Care are aware of this lady, however, I'm not able to provide you with any further details. We appreciate your input and the information you have provided, and thank you for raising your concerns with us.
Qué bueno que that's good that this guy like went through extra hurdles to make sure that the lady was okay, but also what the fuck?
And will likely never know what became of her. The only thing we know for sure is that
I don't like those kind of things. I really don't.
Sadly, this type of situation is much more common than many people realize. With rising prices,
Desde 1993, efectivamente. Like, that's fucked up. I mean, it's her up, it's her, it's up to her if she wants to live like that, right? Like, from what I'm sure, she wants to live like that. Like, she's like, this is fine, don't fucking bother me. But that doesn't feel right. Like, there's a point where, yeah, you have your own will and you can do whatever the fuck you want, but also me as an adult, as your family member, as someone that found you randomly on the streets, I'm gonna tell you, no, you need help. But you cannot force people to get help. That's the annoying part.
Conditions than the one she was in when the video was uploaded. Robert Fulton Elementary is an abandoned school in a pretty rough neighborhood of Cleveland, Ohio.
No mames, phasmophobia.
Is 92 years old and has been abandoned for over 13 years. After several complaints from nearby residents who mentioned that the abandoned building was an eyesore, a potential crime hotspot, and that it was lowering the value of their properties, the mayor of Cleveland announced plans to turn the rundown old building into a...
That's fucking bullshit when they're like, oh, this building is lowering the value of my home. It's probably not the building, my dude. It's probably not the building.
High-quality, mixed-income housing unit for the community. Although the idea is still in the planning stages and the city needs more funding to complete the project.
Anyway, I already made it to 3 hours. And I didn't really have a plan for today, so I guess we're in a good spot to leave it for today. I'm just saying, I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll be back on Monday, and on Monday we'll have a better idea of what we're gonna do, but for now I'm just gonna go because it's late and I'm tired. Guess what? I need to go to sleep. Also, all my energy went into knowing that my little sis Hajuri is still alive, good, and making great. I hope you better. Oye, oh, chinga tu madre, eres más viejo que yo. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. Tomorrow, I'll stream at 12 p.m. around 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Because we have to finish the monotype tournament. I'll probably lose in round 1. If I don't, if I do, Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you all, except Linus.